All right. Hello and welcome everybody to your Idol Showdown North America tournament within Vortex Gallery Online 2024. We have so many North American competitors for this awesome game that I love very, very much. And the I in question is me. It's Kraken Atkins. What's up? What's Kraken? Good to see all of y'all. And I'm here on the mic, joined with my best buddy, my best pal, the ENA players that may be absent from the bracket, but I'm gonna be calling all the action. It's Jasu. What's going on, man?
Hell yeah, I'm happy to be back. It's been a little bit since I've gotten to do some Idol Showdown commentary, and it's been a little bit since I've gotten to hang out with you on the mic, Atkins, so I'm glad that we can pull up. Thank you to Vortex Gallery for, having us over here once again for some 2024 Idol Showdown action, and I'm super excited to see it. And, we were supposed to have a real fun round one stream match. Unfortunately, one of the players couldn't make it, so we're not going to be seeing Big Fauna Fan 1304 versus Butt69, but I am excited to see our first match, which is JT versus Astro Desert. Now, I've been a little bit out of it for, some time now, so I don't think I'm super familiar with who these players are going to be running up with in that character select. But, it's going to be fun, right? There's been a lot of shakeups, I think, to the meta in the past few months, especially since the big patch in September. So there's a lot more range, I think, to see who we got up next.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the bracket is, and by the way, everybody, you could hit exclamation point bracket in the chat. The usuals, we know how we do in these fighting game parts with our night bots and such. So exclamation point bracket is live, exclamation point match we know is live. We'll talk about that in a bit. And exclamation point schedule, because this is Vortex Gallery, and if you know anything about Vortex Gallery, they be running hundreds of tournaments. And if you want to know the schedule for all of those, you can check those out. But looking at the bracket, there's a lot of people that we've come to know and expect when it comes to Idol Showdown tournaments nowadays, and a lot of names that you like that I'm not familiar with. Like, I don't know who JT or Astro Desert is, but that is kind of like the beauty of Vortex Gallery, right? Is that there are, when you go to the registration page, right, and you see like 150 tournaments or something. It can kind of feel like grocery shopping, where it's just like, oh yeah, I'll take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing, but I want it now. So like,
Yeah, exactly. It's sick to see. And, checking in on the chat, I see you, Noah. I see you, Slim Jim. I see you, Aaron. But Noah giving us a little bit of background on Astro Desert, saying Astro is going to be repping the Sailor Moon community. So it's exactly like you're mentioning, right? Maybe Astro was like, all right, let me sign up for Vortex Gallery. I got my ping in the Sailor Moon Discord. All right, let's pull up for some of these online events. And then sees, oh, Idol Showdown. All right. It's a little like Sailor Moon adjacent, I suppose, at least as far as aesthetics go. So maybe you're going to be checking it out. So I'm excited to see what they're going to be bringing to the table. There's no Mercury, there's no Venus, but we got a couple of your favorite VTubers headed up in just a little bit. I have the heart virus. Huh? What did we mean by this, Wazim? What's going on?
a heart virus. Yeah, I don't know what's coming up over there.
I don't know. Is he teasing Hachima as our next Idol Showdown character? I don't know. I don't want to put words in the devs' mouths, but oh, Wazim is like actually sick. Oh no. I hope you're feeling better, gamer. I see you over there in that round too, but hopefully you're able to play your heart out regardless. No pun intended. Sick of these players. Hey, keep it down over there.
All good. Yeah, we're getting things coordinated with the lobby. There was an issue that people had trouble joining the lobby for some reason, so I'm gonna try creating again.
Oh, okay.
We will get this sorted out shortly, but everybody's all piling in, so appreciate y'all for the support. Of course, also I want to shout this out. So there are two Idol Showdown tournaments happening at the same time for Vortex Gallery. So we're just starting out over here in North America, but our South America friends over at twitch.tv/Mandalores has a whole other Idol Showdown bracket going on. So if you want to have your multi-streams up, with two window action, you can just get non-stop Idol Showdown going down for the next couple hours or so. And you don't want to miss over there. They have some killers, so...
Hell yeah. We were talking about it a little bit before we went live. We're like, no, we have to close the South American Idol Showdown stream. And there's been so much ENA representation as well, which is a fan favorite and also a commentary favorite for your duo on the mic right now. But maybe we'll see a little bit of her coming up next. Who's to say? I'm just looking at the rest of the bracket. Of course, Lucy, of course, we know for the Coco, Retro and Vicarious. Or Vicarous rather, pulling up from the dev team as well. Blue, our winner of Evo Idol Showdown, so a bunch of killers that are going to be headed up soon.
Indeed. Ooh, okay, we have some action going on over here, so everybody was able to join the stream. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on over here.
Ooh, okay. His name is Ambient Andy. That's crazy work, man. He's trying to stay awake. I understand. Sometimes you really gotta lock in for the idol showdown. There's a lot to watch out for. You know, a lot of these characters have some pretty strong moves. All of a sudden, they build up to super chat, and then Subaru is just like running up on you, skipping neutral. I understand. You gotta stay locked in.
Dude, and I mean, oh snap, they're jumping in there.
Oh, that's it.
I'll get us over there
Okay.
soon, y'all. Hold on. But yeah, I was gonna say, there's nothing wrong with sleepy fighting game characters, right? Some of them tend to be quite good. You know, Maitin coming from KOF, you know, I've seen that happen before. Okay, hold up. Am I right on time? We're right on time. Let's go, baby. Astro
there we
Desert
go.
JT, lock it in there. Here we go.
Let's see. We're gonna be seeing some Coco versus Ayame. Let's see if we can try and make our way in. Nothing found off the sweep. Okay, awkward on the Oni flip, but still able to get a like confirm here from JT. It's so back and forth already.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm looking at the collab choice here. So we have some Marine action going on, some Iroha action going on. Iroha, as we were moving about earlier, really infamous for her unblockable star call-in, which can control so much of the neutral game.
There's just no collapse just yet. Pretty much full super chat meter on either side, but okay, gonna use it for the super chat cancel. Clean confirmed from JT for that first round.
Absolutely, yeah, just control that space. Astro just looking for some opportunities to kind of close the gap. So, I mean, if you're new to watching Idol Showdown and, like, maybe you know the characters, maybe you know nothing at all, Coco is kind of like the designated grappler. She has, like, huge damage off of strike and throw, and just really dominating presence when she's in up close.
Yeah, exactly. Ayame, you know, a little bit of a close range brawler as well. She's got the Rekkas. She's got the flips to try and make her way in as well. And Astro, I think, having a little bit of a hard time keeping JT out right now.
Yeah, another thing about Ayame is that she can be quite, like, surprisingly explosive. So if you have, like, the optimal combos, and especially on some choice collabs, she can really dish out the damage.
Yeah, and I like the idea there. You know, we saw flip after flip after flip with the super chat cancels behind it. We saw the trade pick up off of the DP. I like the idea to try and pick it up with the Iroha assist as well. But still, all you needed was that one last hit, and it looks like we're headed back into the... Nope, okay. I was thinking we were character select, but we're sticking around on the Coco for game number 2.
Going straight back in there, yeah. So it'll be up to Astro to figure out how to navigate around this, right? So, like, although Coco is that close range grappler, right? It's not like she's not without any mid range presence, right? She has a big old tail, and those tail normals do come in quite clutch within the mid range if you look for any type of knockdowns or sweeps or anything. And she does have a whole ass fireball as well, so.
Yeah, we even saw the fireball anti-airing earlier because, you know, JT is feeling pretty comfy on the flip, right? Not a lot of big challenges coming out from Astro to, you know, try and deter that. Just walking you over to the corner every time. I think we tried to jump out of the corner off of that sweep, but didn't get the full input that we needed, and we rolled right into the DP.
Beautiful. Yeah, that DP 2-2 motion is just cranking it out. Saw the reaction, got the hit. JT looking clean right now. Got to be hopping in with the Rekkas. Uh-oh.
And another clean pickup. I actually not sure if that would have picked up there off of the super chat cancel, but it's all right. The burst coming out from Astro, trying to build up that 2-star as well.
Yeah, I would say it was a timely burst before things got too crazy. On the brink of death here, trying to make something happen.
Right, nothing found off the chest bump. I like the spaced out 2D. Once again, that sweep, right? You mentioned Coco has a pretty good way of, you know, trying to make her way in mid-screen. We're not getting too much off of these knockdowns. We didn't get much off the EXTP, especially when it's going to whip and whip, and the command grab is it for Astro Desert. JT is going to take it 2-0.
Yeah, unfortunate. It seems like that Astro Desert was getting a little bit more familiar with their game, you know? They found... They were really spacing out the sweeps extremely well, finding a couple hits there, just trying to play that shimmy game. And then even tried to get the OTG off the Dragon Tail from that ladder sweep, but just mistimed it a little bit. That's the first time they attempted that, so just didn't have the timing there. So unfortunate, rough game, but based off of like what they were starting to pick up on and implement, I can see them picking it back up in the losers bracket.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And also, you know, Aaron trying to give us a little foreshadowing for later, saying there will be another 0-2 Coco versus Ayame match later. And I was like, what are we trying to refer to here? So if you guys want to check in along with the bracket, of course, we have that exclamation point bracket over there in the chat. And I'm looking at this, you know, bottom side of the bracket. I see Aaron, their first round DQing, trying to make their way over to obviously that winner's top 8 side. I'm seeing on the other branch to try and fight on the way there, Aqua Dynasty, right? I think, if I'm remembering correctly, was either 2nd or 3rd at EVO Idol Showdown this year, and of course has been tearing it up on the Ayame since launch. So, you know, maybe thinking, I'm not super comfy with the matchup, you know, maybe not feeling particularly confident, but the chat is trying to cheer him on regardless, so we'll see a little bit of that later. But Atkins, who do we have up next headed up to the stream?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be pinging for YFD Hippo and Nutria for our next stream match. YFD Hippo is a name that sticks out of my mind from either EVO last year or EVO this year. I can't quite remember. But I've definitely seen that name before, and I've seen them placed quite high with an offline idol tournament, so interested to see what they're bringing to the table. Nutria, I'm not as familiar with, but this is going to bring us into our round 2 of winner side matches.
Let's see, I'm trying to do some like player research. You know when, you know, it's about to be a major and you're like, all right, let me see my path. You click into everyone's names, you're like hovering over their Twitter. You're like, oh man, this guy retweeted Cammy art recently. So, I have him in my Guilty Gear Strive bracket. So like, who is the Cammy function of Guilty Gear Strive? Oh, maybe he plays Geo because she has Spiral Kick. And you're trying to like, you know, reach for any of the environmental storytelling that you can get. We have the Yesu tag from Nutria, and I was like, oh, maybe it's the Husky assist? And I'm like, no, that's Geo Guesser. I might be reaching a little too far there, but I might be, you know. Let's see who we got going on here. YFD Hippo. I don't know. Like you mentioned, I've definitely seen this gamer, I think, in different fighting games, but I haven't seen who they're going to bring to the table in Idol Showdown just yet.
Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of this game. That I've seen, and I've also shilled a lot for a couple of players that try this game, because I think it's very easy, a very easy entry point to where you really can just like, especially if you're a VTuber fan, just hop in, you know, match with your favorite Oshi, find like a collab that does some silly stuff, and just like jump in there. You know, it's very friendly for that. But the skill ceiling is very high, and I've seen a lot of different players from different communities to kind of like jump in and do exactly that, but also do very well in terms of like the bracket that they're in. You know, obviously with the ceiling, they get exposure to when they like fight a grinder or somebody that's like really good at the game. There's like, oh, that's, you know, that is the Idol Showdown. But just solid fundamentals and just like, you know, getting a very core level grasp of the character can go super far.
Yeah, I think it's super interesting, especially I think in the past few years with the accessibility of like so many of these different games, you know, with rollback netcode, the online getting a lot better. So many of these, I come from this background, I come from this game in particular, are meeting and clashing, and those play styles and skills that they've built up from what skills are rewarded in their main games are pulling up. And Idol Showdown is, of course, one of those games. So YFD Hippo versus Nutria up next. It looks like we're going to be seeing Korone versus Pecora.
Very cool. Yeah, I would say Korone is Miss Inevitable. She has been a super solid character in like every version of the game, rightfully so. The fighting gamer herself. No Bison references, but she is one of the strong Shoto types. And Pekora, just coming fresh off of winning Idol Showdown JP, courtesy of Bob. Babu, shout out to Bob one time. So.
Yeah, Babu has been tearing it up on this character for quite some time. You know, we got a couple announcements out of Bob wins, right? EVO Japan, I think, you know, they hosted Idol Showdown, they announced Ina, and now, after winning yesterday, we're announcing another tournament in February, but locking in for what we got in front of us. YFD Hippo brings you over to the corner here. Nutria really worse for wear on the HP. And Pekora, how are we going to try and escape with only 1 star meter to our name? We find the stray hit, but the 5L takes the round.
Yeah, and you can kind of see the cycle of the Korone game plan, right? She had a lot of straightforward tools, but extremely solid for what they're able to do. We've seen her get a ton of anti-air damage with those chainsaw loops. But yeah, that far in, the spicy coffee and the Yubi, that's very Ryu low forward fireball-esque. What are you going to do about it, you know?
Exactly. We got the, I guess we have Drive Rush off of the Idol skill as well. Not sure if we're going to be using Star Meter for that, especially when, you know, we have the Risu assist for the jump scare on that truck. Haven't seen much of the assist usage just yet, Nutria. All right, pulling up. We were talking about that hour 1 Pekora, but I don't know, these combos looking pretty clean.
Yeah, that was solid. I love the way that they stabilized the combo with the EX as well. That was very smart decision making in the routing.
Ooh, okay, sniped out by the 3H. Clean launcher. Should be able to kill with the resources, but got a little greedy.
Yo, the IB?
You just gotta kill. Wait, the air IB, yeah, to bring you right back down to the ground. Down to punish. That's first out from Hippo. Dude,
Wait a minute, this can go either way. Marine walking on the screen. If she catches you, have limited movement options, and that's what's gonna force you to want to move. Nutria finding the hit in the process.
Yeah, but didn't get the jump cancel off the 3H. Might have been able to kill. We send it with the reversal. Pull up off of the EX Honda hands. Nutria ties up the rounds here in game number 1. Okay.
I'm liking this. We got ourselves a match. All right.
All right, lots of meter coming on the side of Hippo, though. Going on 3, about to build 4. Lots of super chat available for Nutria as well. That Marine assist was so scary, right? And I like the jump forward, jump H, just in case we were looking to jump right over. There we go. Offensive burst to keep the corner.
Yeah, and try to maintain this corner at all costs. Oh, no. Yeah, swing and a miss on that super. Gonna be forced to burst. YFD Hippo trying to get out of this corner. What?
It looked like it vacuumed into the Honda head. I can't believe it. Okay, universal overhead. No way to try and confirm with the resources, right? But still waiting to build up that second bar. Hippo just leaving the star meter in the bank. You gotta cash out eventually. You might be one hit away, but a clean pickup off of the 3H.
Oh, no. Yeah, YFD Hippo has so many resources. Gonna spin it now with the Risu collab call. 4 bars of star meter available. Won't need to use it. Spicy Coffee gets the job done.
See you next stream.
Yeah, we were talking about, you know, Coronet kind of being inevitable, right? Has received some nerfs, I think, in the past couple of patches of this game, but 5M, 5H in the corner, like, you know, if anything is inevitable about this character, it's that, right? Keeping you locked down, especially with the, you know, the Tengu nuts pulling up from the Risu off collab. Like, what are you supposed to do aside from risk your life to try in this game?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Listen, you can nerf Soul 5K and Soul far slash as much as you have, but he's still gonna far slash you. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. Me and my stagger
pressure.
My air confirms. Oh, but yeah, Nutria could have kept the corner there, but an unfortunate drop allows you to air tag back out. Go check on the jump in.
Yeah, just keeping that pressure strong. One thing I really like from Nutria, right? They are really kind of cycling their special moves in a fantastic way. The 100 hands special that Pekra has a little bit of nuance to it, right? Because she can drift back and forth with it. So you can maintain safety and make it really hard for your opponent to counter poke.
Exactly. Yeah, the little drift back to put you at that awkward spacing. Like, oh, are we going to try and go for this whip punish? Are we going to pick up for a full confirm? Again, another drop coming out from Nutria, but feeling pretty comfortable about the corner situation. You get the EXDP out. Still need a couple more good hits to be able to seal it out.
Man, this is down to the wire. Cannons don't make contact, but the block's done. I think the momentum from the block of the cannons just put Corona in position that Nutria was not ready for. Like, they just completely overshot their jumping.
Yeah, I like the idea. I imagine we were trying to look for a JM to, like, oh, course correct in the moment to try and hit cross up, but the active frame's not going to work out on the jump in. Now it's set point Hippo.
Alright, it feels like a really even like back and forth is happening between these two players. I'm really loving this match. Like they're almost evenly matched in all instances.
Exactly, right? Yeah, such a back and forth from neutral. Nutria just running away with it, keeping the universal overhead on the brain here. Even though we added the flash, it's still hard to react in the heat of the moment. Lots of meter available for Hippo.
Yeah, I do like that attempt from Nutria. So YFD Hippo just kind of ran forward and jumped over, wanted to get out of that corner situation. Calling the Marine, not an awful idea in order to enforce some movement, just couldn't get a mileage off of it.
Yeah, I really like the delay burst as well. I think Hippo was trying to bait that out, but eventually had to pick it up. The Tengu nuts, keeping the pressure on, but over in the mid screen, we're fine with just blocking it out. Caught out with the super on Midas Fade. Sometimes you gotta show them what to do. YFD Hippo with a 2-0.
See you next time.
Man, oh man, yeah, just I think there's a couple of things that could have potentially happened there. Like the chainsaw, there's no secret about it, does a lot of chip damage. And YFD Hippo, not only in that instance, I felt like for the entire game was just hoarding meter. It's just like, yo, I got mad meter when I'll spend it when I see fit, okay? And so like, if you're on the side of Nutria, you know, instant blocking not only changes frame advantage, but it also reduces chip. So I think they were just of the mindset of like, yeah, whatever like YFD Hippo's gonna throw at me from here on out, if I don't want to die to chip, I gotta IB it. And so maybe missing one of those IB timings and falling victim was the case.
Yeah, exactly. We see the 2-0, which is going to be on that bracket, but you know, the meme where it's like, oh, 2-0, but it was close. You know, the only main difference, right? We're talking about this hour one Pekra. We're talking about how this neutral was such like a good back and forth, a lot of good launchers. You know, even the counter calls on the assist, right? Were so scary, and even in the heat of the moment, it's like, oh man, I wanted to bring you to the corner, but I overshoot my jump in. You know, and especially some of these confirms, right? We're getting a lot of these 3H anti-airs and launchers, but not able to confirm it into the knockdown that we needed. But I mean, that's what happens, right? When you're on hour one of the character, you're like, oh, check in 30 minutes. Maybe I should warm up or learn the Pekka. Let me pull up the Mizumi combo doc real quick and pull up. But, you know, still such a fun back and forth to see, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more of Nutria later on. But who do we have up next for the stream here, Atkins?
Sure, yeah. So the next stream match that we have up here should be a couple of names to where if you're not new to Idol, we're in round 3, by the way, so we're going to be getting some heavy hitters. You might recognize both of these names. So we have Violin Golfer, longtime Idol Showdown supporter and Idol Showdown Discord mod, gonna be going up against Blue, the EVO 2024 Idol Showdown champion.
Hell yeah, this is a battle of legends, a battle of folks that have been in the community since day one and really making their name to try and contribute to this awesome community that we got. Like you said, EVO champion versus Violin Golfer, who has been so consistent about pulling up to plus frame GGs to so many of these exhibitions. And not only that, not just participating in the tournaments, but for so long, right, was one of the main archivers for the Idol Showdown replay website as well. You know, I think has probably slowed down a little bit as, you know, these tournaments have slowed down. People have gotten a little bit more busy. But again, there's so much archived footage, you know, from some of those games, which is so sick. And there's also, I think I saw a $30 donation to the Match Arena as well. Let me check on over so I can give you that proper shout out. But again, thank you so much to Onion Cheso for the $30 contribution. Money, okay.
Holy smokes, appreciate you. That's going to bring us up to $87.25. Exclamation point match in the chat. Utilize those claim codes as we are gaming Violin Golfer versus Blue. We got Fubuki versus Ollie action.
Yeah, let's see it. You know, Fubuki, one of the other Shoto functions as well, feels pretty comfortable at any range on the screen, I would imagine, right? Has some decent range on the buttons. Of course, has her own projectile fireball of her own. Ollie kind of getting wall stuck up there, looking like Guilty Gear Strive real quick. But yeah, again, Ollie kind of one of these high mobility, you know, pixie characters that, you know, is able to maneuver around the screen. But once you're up in the corner, you know, you really only need 2 good hits to really take her down.
Indeed, yeah. And Blue is a player that plays multiple different characters. Like, I think in terms of tournament, it's usually just Ayame and Ollie. I know that they've also worked on a Sora and a couple of others in the past. In the context of the EVO, Ollie was kind of like the surprise pick that they brought out in order to bring the whole thing together. It was mostly played Ayame, so I'm actually interested in them starting out with Ollie, who's a little bit unconventional, but I feel like Violin Golfer will have some experience against.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Blue, tournament after tournament, kind of tries to figure out how he feels about certain matchups, what he wants to pull up in, and especially how he's feeling that day, right? Ollie can be, you know, one of these higher execution characters as well. The high mobility is high APM, which can really, you know, if you do one wrong move, put you right in the range of a Tatsu. Now you're in one touch up against the corner. It's Violin Golfer, who has so much meter, so much super chat to try and close this out. The 5M just barely a little outspaced on Violin Golfer's pressure.
Man, Violin Golfer, a much braver person than I am. So yeah, the big thing about Ollie is the left-right potential that she has within her Oki. Violin Golfer had that corner positioning and held on to the burst. They're just like, no, I'm confident. Look at this massive life lead, bro. We don't need the burst quite yet. And he's just holding his pressure.
Exactly. Kind of using the threat of the resource rather than actually using it to try and escape. Says, all right, Blue, I know you see my 2 meter. I know you see my full burst. Eventually, you're going to give me a chance to try and swing back out. But with that 2 meter, we send the ground pound, take our turn, and we take game number 1 as well.
It paid off. Yeah, the patience and just endurance stuff from Violin Golfer. Trusting in the life lead and trusting the process going to allow for the game. And we ain't even going to characters like Blue is committed on this Ollie.
Yeah, maybe he's chilling out, right? He's like, all right, I get it. Ollie can be one of these high execution characters. Got to give myself a little grace, a little bit of time to warm up, see how Violin Golfer is playing, find the knockdown off of the sweep. But it's so spaced out, right, that, you know, not really a huge threat off the disc.
Yeah, and I mean, for all things considered, Ollie can be one of those characters that takes these rounds as fast as Violin Golfer's taking them, if not faster. Like, once she gets her snowball going, you could really explode.
Yep. Man, and off of these cross-ups, right, we're seeing the IBs, and we're like, oh, man, clean block coming up from Violin Golfer, but, you know, a couple of frames away from maybe getting opened up. But Blue runs away with a speed round number 1.
Yeah, Blue kind of turning the tides here. Also interesting to note is the way they're using Ayame. It seems like they're trying to use her as a hit confirm tool to take advantage of all these gaps, which is interesting. I haven't really seen Ayame used that way before, but it's paying off.
It's definitely an expensive way of trying to, you know, cover some of those gaps or look for some of those preemptive whips. But hey, if you got the meter for it, you might as well, but you definitely don't have the health for it. We talked about speed run rounds, but going through Ollie's HP is definitely, you know, it's a small hill to climb for sure. But like you mentioned, that immediate ground pound from the round start, gonna catch out Blue.
Yeah, both players almost using this Ayame call as like a chain shift with a hitbox, right? It's almost like chain shift, freeze the screen, and what if I just have this giant VTuber sit on top of you in the process as well? Just like, I don't know what's going on, and if you're doing something, I want you to get hit as well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you've seen the strive changes, but it's like ram diagonal sword toss. You're like, all right, man, if I get hit, you know, if nobody got me, Ame got me, and I'm going to send it with the EXDP, pull up, neutral skip with the Ame ground pound, but holding on strong here for Blue. Eating a little bit of chip damage on the way, though.
Ooh, this is massive. Gonna be able to confirm it, and that is it. Just like that, Violent Golfer getting the 2-0 victory over Blue, going to persist on through this winner's bracket. And it all happened so fast. The one thing I don't even know if we got a chance to mention is like, Ollie is a character that has low health. So she is like that glass cannon archetype, and Fubuki do be dishing out the damage. That is not a low damage character. So those sequences that Violent Golfer he was able to get really paid off in a big way. And yeah, just like that, we'll be persistent on through the winner's side.
Yeah, exactly. It's terrifying, right? You really don't have a lot of room for mistakes on Ollie. Though she's like such a powerful character in the left-right potential, she builds up so much super chat, which, you know, obviously you're able to farm more super chat cancels. You're able to call in the assist as well for the Ame time stop. It's scary because while you're able to move so fast, should you make one or two of those mistakes, you get knocked down and now you're in this one-touch situation. And it's interesting that, you know, going into Fubuki, she's not like the fastest character in the game, but she's definitely no slouch on the speed, right? So I think Violent Golfer just keeping the pressure on against a character that has both such good rushdown and mobility to try and retreat, keeping Blue on the back foot. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to be the one dictating the pace of the match, so how are you just walking me down every single time? And even when I get you in the knockdown situation, you know, you're holding on to burst, you're waiting for these delay DPs in such a way that's like, do I feel comfortable running the offense? Should I, you know, try and bait something out, or do I risk giving up my turn? But that's how it goes. Blue is going to be sent down into the loser's side, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him fighting for that loser's top 8. But back in winners, we got Skylight versus Vicarous up next.
Yeah, that's going to be the one and only Skylight Susei Dream, and known Arakune enjoyer Icky Vicky Vicarous coming up to the stream.
Icky Vicky is crazy, man. I can't believe it. Me when I'm a babysitter on Nickelodeon. Me when I'm a rat in Grand Blue. But yeah, we're waiting for Skylight to head up into the stand. Of course, a Suisei enjoyer. We were talking about it a little bit before the stream as well. These new combo conversions that I'm seeing out of some of these characters, especially on some of the more recent patches, dude, Suisei is able to run away with some of these rounds, not only being able to route into that partial charge orb, but, you know, of course, sometimes with and sometimes without having to use the super chat cancel. Feels like the Oki is so consistent when she's able to land that knockdown.
Yeah, there's been significant changes for Suisei that has really brought her up as of late. In fact, I feel like listen, we're the FGC, okay? I feel like every fighting game community has their fair share of discourse, and at least within the NA scope and bubble, the Fubuki and Suisei discussion has been the discourse as of late, right? So like we're getting a prime display of what's within the subconscious mindset of the average Idol Showdown North American player nowadays, because these two characters are quite strong at the moment.
Yeah, it's gonna be a battle of some hotly contended characters for sure. And we're seeing the stickers, we're seeing the Oshi marks over here in the screen.
My favorite
Honestly,
feature.
Like, yes, we're getting the quality of life changes. Yes, we're getting big shakeups to the meta as well. But I also like that the dev team is still able to make time for, you know, some of these cosmetic or, you know, show off your Oshi kind of deals. Because obviously, Idol Showdown, heavily inspired by the fighting game scene and some of our favorite fighting games. But of course, the other half of it is showing a lot of love to our favorite VTubers. So again, being able to have a little bit of fun with it while we're fighting with Fubuki versus Suisei, still being able to rep our Oshis and have a damn good time with it. That's what we're all here for in Winners Round 3, Vicarous versus Skylight.
Yeah, and if I were to add in something personal here as well, like these two players have been playing forever. And they are two of some of the most improved players I've seen in the community, right? Like, Vicarous, I think, has not a lot of fighting game experience before Idol Showdown. Idol Showdown, I think, is their first fighting game, and they have, like, really stuck to it. And their Fubuki is, like, phenomenal right now, right?
Yeah.
And Skylight came in, you know, into like my tournament series, right? The Idol Throwdown tournament series, a frequent debut bracket, which is like a 0-2 bracket, right? They found themselves there frequently, and they eventually worked themselves to move along to like win and like place in top 4 of like the Throwdowns respectively. So these two players are grinders, and their work has really paid off with past year or so.
Exactly. When you think about these redemption or debut brackets as like, oh man, that's your consolation prize. But when the talent is so stacked, sometimes the O2ers still have some fight. And, you know, there's so much good experience that you can gain as well. Both these players down to the one touch, the jump back Tatsu. We pull up with the Marian and we're like, okay, I'm not going to challenge you air to air. I know we have the Suisei jump as the Psycho Axe to have to worry about. The time stop, such a crazy scramble. Now no burst. It really is one touch, and chip damage is a factor on both sides too.
Oh my god. Dude, that was actually like the craziest situation ever. Skylight was very smart for calling Ayami in the way that they did in order to like force the whiff. Did not have, they had like a spacing issue in order to like get the combo, or they were also respecting burst as well. And Vigorous kept choosing panic options at the perfect time to mess up Skylight's momentum, and it worked.
Exactly. Some of these like micro delays, it's like, oh, I know you're gonna burst, but when are you gonna do it, right? The immediate burst coming up from Skylight says, I would really like to escape this corner. A little corner carry on the EXCP threatens it. We're still gonna find the mash out for Skylight here though. Oh, and the side swap to the walk under 5M. The dab behind the back is too clean. Wait, no, the side swap again, please. Oh no.
Yeah, oh man, Skylight's taking all those resources, not going to be able to really spend any of it. Suisei, not known a lot for her like invul reversal options, and just fell under the Fubuki pressure as Vickers goes up game 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think with so many of those scrambles, especially towards the end of you know, game number 1, it's terrifying, right? Your adrenaline is already pumping so fast, so that unfortunate double side swap that ended up, you know, not only costing the corner, but also the knockdown that, you know, Suisei is able to run away with the round with. Rough for Skylight, but let's see if we're able to warm up here in game 2.
Yeah, finding some good mileage off of that JS overhead strike throw mind games in the corner underway. Vickers just got the first back, but we don't need that. We just need counter poking. Gonna be able to carry things back into the mid screen.
Ooh. Hey, jump back off of the 5M. Big chill and swing the corn. Hold on to our space when we run right into the fireball.
Just that massive lariat from Suisei. Still going to control that space in instantaneous fashion, where you think you may have a safe opportunity to run in. Look at that. It just instantly met with a stop sign. Like.
Yep. Ooh, stop signs on both sides. I like the JS to air stall above the Marine, but you did it so high for that air stall. It's not going to catch you crouching, but this 3H is going to catch you swinging. Vigorous is on set point.
Yeah, might be able to get things done here. Vigorous looking clean, cool, calm, and collected. The 4 Cs.
4 Cs, 3H with the launcher, JM. There we go, the partial charge on the orb. Be clean Oki as well. We have Super Jack cancel available for Skylight. God, the combo just keeps on going. No, but we dropped the 3H at the end. It's okay. All good.
Yeah, my drop in combo did 40%. I'm chilling. Oh, burst. Trying to keep it burst safe. Yeah, I recognize the Skylight routing. Look at that. Yeah, I think Vickers is going to hold on to it for the final game, though. Just recognizing the life lead is just too strong, and hold those resources as Skylight gets to hold that say-so.
Yeah, exactly. Could we bring it back? Maybe. Do I want a hero burst like that? Saving it for this round, like you mentioned, right? Immediately after the round start. Good first hit from Skylight, but had to spend the Ame ground pound to try and keep that momentum up.
Man, yeah, Vigorous has been so on point with the... Look at this. I couldn't even say it before they did it again. Their calls on vulnerable reversals has been insane. Like...
Yeah, exactly. The timing on it, the micro delay, just saying, ooh, you want to leave a gap in your pressure so bad, but you want to get caught out by 2M so bad as well. They did a little bit faster in a recent patch, so even, you know, as many complaints as it got, another good tool for Suisei here, and it's looking like a clean confirm for Skylight.
Yeah, maybe gonna have a little bit more juice on the combo this time around. Look at that red crank up. The infinite protection causing a restand. Went straight for a raging demon, a raging idol in the form of Suisei. How imposing.
Nah, you're nasty for that, dog. I'm not gonna lie. We hit the combo limit, the backdash shimmy, and we said, no, I'm in with the Masatsu. Suisei, bros, we're so back. The Hoshiyomi bringing us to game number 3, 1 apiece.
Man, a nice bounce back there from Skylight. Just finally getting a read on the defensive tendencies from Vigorous. Just putting them in some unfamiliar situations, right? That's the first time they got that corner combo. Vigorous probably not ready for the infinite protection flip out, and just, yeah, casually got demoned. It happens.
You know, that's what you gotta do to try and fight for this, you know, top 8 qualifier, right? And the fact that so many scrambles, the level of play is already so high. We're not even in that winner's side top 8, fighting for our lives out of the corner just to try and even up this life lead.
Alright, Vickers lands in front, that multi-hitting jump normal. Good IBs here from Skylight, gonna allow for a decent gap. They should be able to kill with this.
There we go. Clean confirm with the super chat cancel, had the resources for lethal, and now it's set point for Skylight.
Some cheese chan energy. Run up, round start throw.
That's exactly what I thought, bro. I'm thinking about CEO Taku where he would just run up like 8 full screen grabs, you know, all the way across the screen. But you gotta show it to him, and the jump cancel baits the burst. 2-3-6-8, the full confirm off the wall bounce.
Yeah, a lot of the dice rolling and reversals and burst times that Vickers were finding before seem like Skylight picking up on the tendencies a bit here and establishing their pressure and his overall mindset accordingly, leading to a very one-sided game thus far. The instant overhead setup, and that's gonna be it.
Skylight brought the heat, was down the 1 game, and it was even set point for Vickers at one point, but you know, was able to lock back in. We saw a couple crucial combo drops, especially in that first and second game. But once we were warmed up, we were talking about it the entire time in that loading screen. Suisse, once she's able to get that knockdown, the Oki can be so terrifying. And to close it out with a clean confirm into rising overhead, that rising JL, the clean kill coming out from Skylight to move on to the next round. Even if you blocked it, we ended up on the other side as well. You would have had to block the cross up falling too. So, you know, terrifying situation there to try and hold on, but good fight from Vickers.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, that was a close one. Really felt like it could have gone either way there. It was really Skylight's adaptations kind of brought it to full fruition. So Skylight will be moving on to fight Wazum for a top 8 qualifier soon. In fact, we have a couple of top 8 qualifiers that are lined up that we'll be hopping over to shortly. But I got one more round 3 match for us that we're going to be setting up right now. It will be Akua Dynasty, who we mentioned earlier. Aqua Dynasty, I'm sorry. I don't know why I always call it bro Aku. I think of Crash Bandicoot, Aku, whenever I see like the letters sequence that way, but it's Aqua Dynasty. They'll be going up against Keyboard Noah.
You know, I think about it too, right? And it's funny because I'm pretty sure Aqua plays with the Aqua palette, so I'm like, oh, I should know how to pronounce this. Like, you know, it just makes sense. But something about the AKU, I'm thinking like Samurai Jack. I'm like, oh, okay, this is the Raging Demon that we're talking about this entire time. But no Misatsu here. We're going to be pulling up with the Ayame. And Keyboard Noah, I know, has been around, you know, since day one. But I always forget who they're going to be pulling up with in the character select. So waiting for that, the loading screen, and then we'll see you in just a sec.
Absolutely. Yeah, Keyboard Noah plays a good amount of the cast. I think in like the Next Fest timeline, they're mostly committed to Aki, but was also previously known as like a Fubuki player and has really just kind of jumped around to whatever they see fit.
Let's see it. And like you mentioned, it looks like it's going to be landing on the Fubuki. No more Aki here, but we are going to be giving a little homage with their stage. We got the bar in the background, the Aqua palette on the Ayame. We're pulling up against the Fubuki for another winners round 3 match.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, listen, we have the game that's based off of like, you know, these streamers that stream on YouTube. We got to get some actual like YouTube references with the spinning circle of doom. We're buffering, but we're in there.
Exactly. All right, the buffer is all good. No way we run it into 4 fireballs. We have that LDP for the frame kill as well. Me personally, I'm mashing. I'm pissed about the combo routing and getting hit, but the 2H, the launcher pulling up here from Keyboard Noah. We're in good position for a perfect. We find the mash out on the Rekka from Aqua Dynasty.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, this character, Ayame, can be surprisingly explosive when you least expect it. Just the slight opening here from Aqua. Look at the mileage. All this about like 30%. Query over to the corner. Gets Oki with the ghost. And Keyboard Noah forced to burst before things get too out of control.
Exactly, not trying to have to figure out the staggered strike throw, but we're pulling up with the Fubuki energy, the Ghost of Cheese Jet for the full screen grab, and we wait out the EXDP. Round 1 to Noah. Fantastic patience there from Noah, just sniffing it out. Aqua so close to really getting things into a one-sided nature, recognizing that they would be desperate to try to get that momentum back. But Keyboard Noah having an equal as good round start from what they saw from game 1. Aqua's stuck in this corner. Mistimed Oki from Keyboard Noah though. Yeah, tried to go for the meaty universal overhead, but it's not going to work out for Noah. Didn't have any meters to, you know, keep it safe as well, even on the whiff. So Aqua Dynasty finds the side swap here. Now you're in the corner against the Yame with 2 bars for the Marianov collab, but instead we got the Ghost Oki.
Yeah, and this time around, Keyboard Noah does not have that burst as a means of escape. It is going to be building, but in a much later circumstance of what we saw previously. So Aqua Dynasty has some time to cook here.
Yep. Those floops. Bring us right back down to the ground. The Oni flip as well. Lots of meter built up off of this. We could do one more Ghost Oki, and then it should be killed. We find one more hit. The Universal Overhead is a clean block coming out from Noah, and we strike back out. But Burst keeps you locked down for one more apply.
Oh my gosh, Keyboard Noah was actually knocked down while that Ghost propped, so did not have to really take the mix-up from there. This could really go either way, but a clutch air from Aqua. Keyboard Noah sends the burst.
Okay, it's not quite a hero burst, but you had to be heroic to avoid the Marian assist. I like the idea of keeping the Ayame at bay with the fireballs, but you still got to worry about the assist rapidly approaching your location. One round apiece.
Yeah, and I mean, that was surprising burst from Keyboard Noah in my opinion. I just feel like, as a player, I value burst a lot against characters like Ayame because of this, right? You see this round start interaction. If you have your burst, you can avoid this. She's such a snowballing character. She's so explosive. You want to try to avoid situations like this at all costs.
Exactly, so much damage. We set the Ghost Oki as well. The meter build is so consistent, and we get the proc off of the Ghost as well. Finally, gonna find something off of that UOH, but instead, Marian assist is able to get us back out of the corner at least.
Yeah, so Keyboard Noah trying to fight back the hard way here. Trying to go for EX only flip. No dice there from Aqua. Anything can do it. Rekka's run up throw.
Ooh, Oni flip with the super chat cancel. Aqua made their way in. They made their way to game number 2. That's one on the board.
Yeah, I think Aqua is getting a ton of mileage from just finding these gaps within a neutral game. Just run up and hit the long reaching buttons, right? Ayame has a good mid-range control, courtesy of a Rekka and 2M to really kind of make you second guess on your approach. And also 2M is really good at catching you for walking back, which Keyboard Noah is doing quite a bit, just trying to space out some of those projectiles, so...
And I like that we're rotating. You know, we have the 2M to catch the walk back. We have the Oni flip to make our way in, especially when we have some super chat cancel to confirm as well. But it's the backdash into 5M coming out from Noah. The footsie's in question.
All right, yeah, so Burst in order to create that space, just trying to even things out with the projectile game. Gonna be forced to block the Ghost. The Universal Overhead makes contact a little bit too early in order to get the proc, but...
Detonation not going to get you the full confirm that you needed. Baits out the burst as well. Noah should be able to kill as long as we don't drop this next combo. A clean confirm off of the launcher. And now that's a round.
Clutch find on that burst bait. That's really the type of decision that Keyboard Noah needed to get their heads back in this, because like now you have Aqua Dynasty under the same circumstance where if you get your snowball going, they're going to be taking a longer time to get that burst. The take pressure coming in clutch for Keyboard Noah in this round 2.
Staggers off of the 2L, saw the grab earlier and said, you know, I can survive. I can tech one more time. The meaty 2L, that's forcing out the burst from Aqua just to try and escape the run-up grab. We're channeling cheese everywhere we go. So much meter going to be built up for the jump loops on Aqua Dynasty.
Yeah, Keyboard Noah is seeming very reliant on like a block or mash type of mind game on the wake up. I haven't seen him do a lot of EXDPs.
Yeah, maybe saving a lot of that meter for the Ghost Oki, you know, for the pickups and the combo as well. Now we're saying, okay, it's fine if I lose 80, 70% of my life, as long as I can bring you over to the corner, but lost it off of the throw.
Yeah, I think Keyboard Noah actually tried to do an EXDP there and missed it and ended up getting EX Fireball instead, but that's okay. Able to make sense out of the chaos, and we'll be tying it up 1-1 here.
You know, sometimes we take the misinput as a happy little accident, especially when it ends up working, right? And especially when it brings us to game number 3. Both of these gamers thinking, all right, we're down to the wire. Maybe we just need a deep breath before we head into this final game.
Yes, we shall see. Yeah, I mean, again, these two, no strangers to the Idol Showdown landscape. Aqua Dynasty, probably like the best Ayame player in North America, in my opinion, and has been kind of leading the charge for this character for quite some time. And Keyboard Noah, just a long-time player of the game. Like I said, they are very familiar with a ton of different characters, and just really kind of seeing a ton of success with this Fubuki picks thus far. They're keeping up.
We got the SSR pull on the fireball still. Awkward here in the neutral. Haven't built up many resources this early into the round, so it's a lot of stray hits back and forth, but walks you down to the corner just to get mashed out on by Aqua Dynasty.
All right, yeah, Aqua Dynasty, of course, going to be clearing to the corner here. Potentially Ghost Oki, that seems to be a staple here for Aqua's game plan.
Saving so much of that meter. Like you mentioned, right? Not seeing a lot of EXD keys just so we can try and checkmate you in the corner, but off the universal overhead. Earlier we saw it be a little bit too early. Now it's a little too late for the detonation too. A burst out from Noah. Really trying to hold on to this round.
Oh man, yeah, there's a lot of burst safe timings there from Keyboard Noah. Could not quite beat out the burst, but does find a hit shortly thereafter. Aqua Dynasty in trouble. That's going to be a round going to Keyboard Noah in game 3.
So much meter down the drain. The scramble going insane. The bursts are down. The chaos is going crazy, but so is Alpha Chaos, creating with a party of 28. Thank you, thank you. We made it just in time for a qualifier for the Winners Top 8 qualifiers. We're in game number 3. Keyboard Noah up at set point, but really worse for wear in the corner. I say as we find the 2L match.
Oh boy, Keyboard Noah gonna be able to push out yet again. No, I don't know if that was the intended ender for that combo. Aqua Dynasty gonna let it rip with the reversal. Oh boy.
Yeah, maybe a misinput there. Maybe looking to bait a burst that wasn't, you know, up in time, but straight to the super just to make sure we get that guaranteed damage.
Not only that, they did super in order to be invul to get through Ayame's ghost because it was still procced. That was a genius level decision there from Keyboard Noah.
Yeah, clean routing, right? You know, you still have the threat even on the hit, so good work to spend the 2 meter just to keep that pressure. Now it's 1 touch apiece, but the 5M so spaced out. We don't want to have to overcommit to it. We send out the Marian, and it takes so much space. The SSR on the corn is all we need. Keyboard Noah sends Aqua Dynasty down into the loser side.
There it is, Keyboard Noah with the big win here on the Fabook. That was insane. Yeah, off that fireball, I gotta imagine that Aqua Dynasty was maybe looking for Oni flip or something like that and got the input error. And the SSR only adds insult to injury, right? It's gonna travel faster than the usual projectile. So if that was a normal projectile, that whiff would not have mattered because it was the SSR timing. Got whiff punished, and Keyboard Noah is gonna move on into, as you said, the top 8 qualifier. They'll be going up against Aaron Cube.
Yeah, so Aaron earlier in the chat, maybe feeling a little bit better, right? Was saying, "Ah, man, I'm really not feeling super comfortable about going into the Ayame matchup." But now we're going to be seeing Fubuki versus the Coco, which, you know, considering the copy pastas going on in the chat, maybe doesn't feel great about either way. But I don't know, maybe the familiarity will help out there. But players that we are familiar with, seeing in these winners side top 8s, fighting for their lives week after week, are going to be our next stream match. Up next, we got Lucy on the Coco and Violent Golfer, once again repping that Fubuki squad.
Hey, you better believe it. Yeah, so from here on out, we do have top 8 qualifiers all day going on here, and kicking it off with the winner's side, Violent Golfer, we saw earlier, able to scoop up the win with the Fubuki over blue. And Lucy, we haven't seen on stream quite yet, but if you have watched any amount of competitive Idol Showdown in North America, you've definitely seen this name as it pertains to high-level Coco play. Lucy also capable of pulling out an Ollie and a wide variety of different side characters. But I would say in terms of just like the highest echelon, Lucy very well known for being one of the greatest Cocos and one of the greatest Ollies, respectively.
Yeah, exactly. Just tearing it up. Even when I see Lucy playing a little bit of Granblue, right? I have, you know, seen her pull up with the Versusia recently. And I'm like, does that track as a pick? But I'm thinking, you know, big body, pulling up, trying to kill you. And surprisingly, you know, has some pretty good mid-range as well to try and threaten with some of these projectiles. I'm like, all right, you know, I get it. These are shades of the Coco, right? Which, like we mentioned before, Coco kind of the quintessential grappler of the game, but still able to contest mid-range, whether it's with the tail sweep, whether it's with the fireball as well, and even just the implied pressure of, we were talking about these characters that are like, oh, okay, maybe we don't get to build quite as much super chat, so we have to be a little bit more careful about our super chat cancels to keep safe, to extend pressure or combos, and of course to call in those off collabs. But Coco, one of those characters that, despite being a grappler and traditionally you're like, okay, if she's at full screen, I'm chilling. Lucy, so good at the IBs to farm super chat as well. And also we have the stomp, right? You know, whiff on these, you know, Coco squats to try and farm up some super chat and almost force your opponent to try and make their way in as well. But I'm talking about this Coco you mentioned, also one of the top level Ollies that we got over here in NA. Now we're going to be seeing Violent Golfer versus Lucy, some Fubuki versus Ollie.
So let's get it. Yeah, so Violent Golfer was previously able to overcome this matchup, but I feel like Lucy definitely brings a different energy to the table. Lucy is extremely good at resource management. So like as it pertains to like the proper sequences to build meter with Ollie, to rush down, if you let her get away with too much, she would just casually build up those bars. I know that playstyle has been nerfed a little bit through patches, but I'm sure it's something that she can still implement.
We were seeing Violent Golfer be pretty good about the defense on Ollie, but you know, Lucy able to keep the pressure up, but maybe playing a little too fast for her own good. The immediate burst baited out by Violent.
Yes, huge burst bait. We, spoke about earlier in the blue match how pivotal it could be to apply damage against this character because she is low health. You're not going to have that burst as a means of escape. And Violent Golfer trying to take advantage of it, run away with that momentum as much as they can.
Ooh. Oh, the fastball, tap you on the toes with the low, the 2L, and now we got the JM loops. So clean. Yeah, it's pretty high execution, but on someone who is the highest level Ollie, in NA, pretty hard to contest. Able to have that down in the muscle memory for sure.
Yeah, maybe a block on the left right there from Violent Golfer. Just unfortunately, blocking one mix-up is not enough against this character. He ended up getting opened up by the overhead shortly thereafter, but finds the gap. Gonna be able to get the EXDP. Wake up chest piece from Lucy.
Ooh. That's the good morning TK. Sometimes, you gotta save yourself. The Knight in Shining Armor ends up being your own instant air special. There we go, 1 round apiece.
Yeah, the dome not being protected here from Violent Golfer, just not ready for that chess piece in multiple different contexts, I think is the thing here. Just like, who expects that on Wake Up? There's no invul, dog. Like,
yep. Ooh. There we go, send the ground pound. We tried to space out the approach by catching it with the sweep, but instead we armor on through. It's corner situation against Fubuki, and like we mentioned, Ollie, so worse for wear on the health, so that's the immediate armor to try and escape, but to no avail. We're tapped on the toes with the 2L. As long as Violent Golfer locks in this confirm. game number 1 meter in the bank, but it's not enough.
Oh no, yeah, Violent Golfer definitely feeling the pressure, feeling the heat after that drop combo. Just wants that instant glory. No bar available, built 1. Will they send it again? Just stuck in this Ollie pressure, they do. No punch from Lucy though.
Yeah, you baited out the DP, but you're so spaced out that you can't get anything off of it. The flash of the blue, the armor right through. Violent Golfer takes game number 1.
Dude, if you're Violent Golfer, definitely got to take a sip of water before. No, we just go straight in there. I don't know. It got so scrambly. Like, they had, like, the game-winning combo. It dropped, started betting on DPs and armor until something worked. And, I mean, eventually it did, but that was so chaotic. But needless to say, Violent Golfer carrying in some prime momentum here as they find another round start opening against Lucy's Ollie into the corner with all this damage.
Prime momentum, moving Primal right now. We are just swinging the buttons. We're rocking you down, running you down to the corner, and 5M keeping you locked down. All right, armor out from Lucy, but we've already lost so much health, and we haven't even escaped the corner yet.
Yeah, one thing I didn't get a chance to point out within the previous game is Violent Golfer's usage of the guard cancel. So, like, that is a mechanic that was added that you can spin to collab meter to do a guard cancel attack. And so Violent Golfer has been using that when Lucy is cornered to keep Lucy in the corner and to stop the Ollie pressure. It's been extremely wise.
Yeah. You're like, okay, I don't need to hold on to the time stop. I'm fine. I just really want to escape this pressure, which, again, from Ollie can be so suffocating. The left, right, the baits on the DPs, the immediate 2-1-4-8. We're just going to armor on through that 5M, but how much did we really get off of it for the meter?
Man, Violent Golfer had that burst out from Lucy early. Lucy just really looking to establish any sort of pressure, any sort of momentum, finding a knockdown with the sweep. The good old trusty chest piece has been a little bit of an Achilles heel for Violent Golfer.
Confirm up, left, right, ends up going the same side off of the double hop. Finally looking at the Lucy round, the Ollie round that we know, but not able to get the confirm off the sweep on that airborne hit, but it's all good. The knockdown is still clean. Still set point for Violent Golfer.
Yeah, there's an interesting cycle that I'm seeing here to where, like, Violent Golfer defensively has been, counter poking here and there, has shown DP as a response, but straight up has not been able to react and block the chest piece overhead, right? So Lucy is going to keep throwing those out because it's just like, okay, like, I will gamble between this and dashing back because if you can't show reaction to overhead, it's like kind of like a clean 50-50 game to me.
Yeah, exactly. clean, keep it simple. So much health for Violent Golfer, so doesn't have to go too crazy on the defense right now, but does end up getting caught. Like you said, right, that chest piece working out so well, but so is the ground pound from downtown. We run up off of the pickup. It's burst out from Lucy. One more touch could be enough. Even a stray confirmed. You have to keep the pressure so tight.
Yeah, Violent Golfer doesn't have that meter quite yet. Doesn't have burst. Gonna be locked down in the corner. Gets Ollie. No heart knockdown. So Lucy can't get like the fireball setup. Does find a hit from the trusty chess piece. Okay, here we go. You gotta guess. Oh, do we?
Oh, but EXTP doesn't quite kill, but we run up for the throw. Give me a hug. Violent Golfer, our first qualifier for that winner's side, top 8.
Man, big win for Violent Golfer there. 2-0 over Lucy and just held on strong. I did notice in the game too, so like DPs were definitely a huge component of Violent Golfer's decision making, and I think they noticed like how much it was getting baited out just through like that ollie dash, and so they kind of pumped the brakes on it there a bit, but just holding it for that perfect time, recognizing the left right situation, saying, yo, I know there's a gap here, you know, I can let this DP rip, and then just doing so. Not only that, something that's important to know about this game is that there are like simple inputs, so you can potentially like just hold on to like the simple input and then like hit the heavy and like right direction in order to get that out even quicker, which I'm not sure if that's a technique that Violent Golfer used, but definitely was a prime situation to do DP regardless. They're going to be your first winner side top 8 qualifier, Violent Golfer.
Yeah, the nice thing about the Fubuki DP, right? It's that 2-2 motion. So even if we're doing the technicality, you know, on the left, right? You know, sometimes the flash kick is all you need. You're like, I don't care what side you end up on. I'm guessing on whether or not you bait it or whether you're trying to stay in and hold on to this pressure. And, you know, I think one of the scariest things, you know, especially in games that can go so fast with high damage, long combos, a lot of meter build, and especially in this 1-2 environment as well, it's scary, I think, to navigate the layers of, oh, how are they baiting out my reversal? Like you mentioned, you know, in game 1, game 2, we were having some good baits, even if we weren't always getting the confirms. Knowing that you're spending 1, 2, 3 meter down the drain to get your EXTP baited is terrifying, but recognizing when your opponent has, you know, shifted to layer 2 and saying, okay, I think I've baited it enough. I know Violent Golfer will not feel confident about these going forward, and then in the last second when they least expect it, saying, let me go back to layer 1. I think I've counter conditioned you to feel comfortable looking for this meaty. You know, it's one of those skills that you just have to have in the heat of the moment that is so hard to train unless you get that experience, right? But we've mentioned it before, these gamers are here week after week keeping up that idle showdown you know, prowess from being rusty. But speaking of some regulars, up next for another winner's side top 8 qualifier, I believe we're going to be having Wazim versus Skylight.
Indeed. I'm getting these gamers set up here. But yeah, Skylight, we saw it earlier on the Suisei, a longtime Suisei player who has leveled up immensely, on the verge to make a top 8 here, but not without having to overcome one of our Canada friends, Wazim, who has also been a longtime Idle Showdown player. Now, I haven't played against Wazim in a bit. I know that Wazim is a Pekara player typically. I imagine they'll be doing the same, but I have seen them kind of go to some secondaries here and there, so I'm interested to see what type of game plan they're going to be bringing to the table for this match.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times when I check, you know, the Looking for Games channel or people just like yapping about stuff, I see Wazim hopping back and forth between different characters, which, you know, is of course fun. You're like, all right, yeah, maybe I have a favorite, maybe I have a main, but, you know, there's so much love and so many, you know, cool little references dropped into not only the visual design, right, but the way that a lot of these characters play and what will kind of, you know, fit their play style. They're like, oh man, I can't choose just one. Yes, we could have an Oshi, but, you know, we can have more than one Oshi. We can be Daremo Daisuke as well, you know, pulling up and trying to show everyone a little bit of love. But as we're trying to qualify into these winners top 8, you know, I don't think we'd be surprised to see the Pekora, the comfort pick coming out from Wazim. But let's see it as we load on into it. Wazim versus Skylight. And as we see it, it will be that Pekora versus Suisei.
All right, got it. And yeah, Wazim actually going to be locking in with the Muna collab, a collab that I don't think we've seen all bracket long. So I'll be interested to see how they utilize it. Of course, she has just like that snipe, right? She just goes across the screen for the cost of 2-star collab, and really, if you're not blocking, you're getting hit for a long animation. It also gives Pekka the added benefit where she can set up TNT behind it. So yeah, exactly.
Not something we see, but you know, it is nice that the Pekko Muna actually ends up being a pretty synergistic collab, right? For those of you who, you know, are some VTuber fans as well and see that lore. There we go. Clean confirm from Wazim over here in the corner. Lots of meter build. Combo limit off of the RPG. We set the TNT, and down on the ground, we're waiting for that burst down the drain. Wazim takes such a clean round number 1.
Yeah, you get to see the difference between Wazim's playstyle in comparison to the Pekora that we saw earlier. I believe it was JT, I want to say. Yeah, so like JT, you can kind of play Pekora in that Honda hand style, right? Where you're just like doing the Honda hands, going back and forth, playing neutral, all that good stuff. But Pekora is also capable of having a really threatening Oki and high-low game. And that's kind of Wazim's bread and butter. You want to carry you to the corner, set up TNT, and have you guess for your life.
Yep. Ooh. There we go, the Tetramino command grab. Frame kill off of the 2M, and we're still able to find the hit. Skylight, not deterred by that first round, says, all right, I get it. Everybody gets a Pekko round, but now I'm going into it. 3 meters in the bank. Immediately, we're going to send it. You tried to go for the RPG, but stopped by the ground pound. No confirm from Skylight, but we got so much space off of it.
Alright, yeah, sends that burst before things get too hairy over here. Just trying to avoid that corner at all means necessary. Even going to spin the 1 bar for the TNT. Ends up being a cost that was well worth it, as well as in finds the hit.
The RPG moves the JM into the TNT. No burst faded out here from Skylight this time, but we're trying to look for the Muna jump scare, but instead the Ame on the other side, whiff on the command grab, and off of the scramble, we find the Honda hands.
And here it is, Skylight gonna be lacking that first, so just gonna have to guess the hard way. Doesn't even have the guard cancel in terms of the collab meter either.
Yep. We got so much collab meter on the side of Wazim. The off collab could be super chat cancels for days to keep the OP clean. Blue TNT. There we go, falling JM, but Skylight holding on. Chip damage, such a big factor here. Tries to mash out, have to avoid the situation, but the double TNT, the chip is enough. If anyone can do it, it's Pekora, and Wazim takes game number 1.
There it is.
Victory.
Yeah, Pekora getting dubbed. Listen, chat, I might be biased. That is a Los Angeles Dodgers mascot. Without her, I would not have been able to wear my Otani jersey the other day. But, you know, she got a dub with the World Series. Looking for a dub in Idol Showdown. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's what I'm saying. The blue just matches. There we go, pull up. We tried to go for the throw, but Skylight with the immediate jump back. Now, I was going to say we played the zoning game, but as soon as we hit that bazooka, we're going right back in. Wazim playing this rushdown, and we've seen this corner situation time after time.
Yeah, this is just not where you want to be. It really wears on you mentally if you're like on the receiving end of this. You're just like, bro, I'm losing so much life, and I'm gonna have to block a mix-up after this. Like, what is this, bro? Like, put me down.
That's what I'm saying. This really is the, you know, battle of the characters that are like, all right, I'm really just trying to find this first hit and keep you locked down into looping set play. We pull up with a 2H. We twirled on through with the whip 2-2L, but it's still the hit from Wazim. Not able to get the clean confirm that you need on Skylight's side. The meter, do we need to spend the EX? No, it's the 3H for the kill.
Man, and what's so convenient about that Pekora 2H, it's a mechanic that's kind of embedded into a lot of different characters on this game on some choice normals and specials, is that it has this effect to where once it makes contact, it vacuums you into a consistent hit radius, so you can stabilize your combo no matter how it hits.
Yeah, exactly. There are some situations or some normals where it's like, oh man, you hit it at the tipper spacing, and you just have to understand that maybe all you're going to get is a sweep and a knockdown off of it, right? But that vacuum for the consistency is so good, especially for a character that wants to keep doing that looping set play. But finally, we get the Tetramino, we get the full or the uncharged orb, but pondering it for a little too long, we're sniped out with the 2M, and Skylight brings it back.
Yeah, amazing offensive rally there from Skylight, piling on the pressure.
Ooh. Yeah, we're from the throw. We're taking to the skies here for Skylight. It only makes sense with the name, but burst out.
All right, you can see the resources being built on both sides. There's a lot of respect being shown for, and it's due to the star call-ins, right? That Muna star call-in, that Ame star call-in are so prevalent in mid neutral strikes. Nobody really wants to commit anything.
Yeah, especially over in the mid screen. Now that they're feeling super comfortable. The threat of the ground pound, the threat of the jump scare, but Psycho Axe wasn't what we needed to get ourselves over to the corner. Now Wazim, a couple good touches away from sealing it out on set point.
Oh. It was burst safe, didn't get the punish though.
Oh no, we got the hit, but didn't believe in it. The jump back TNT off of the Mesatsu, the Raging Idol, is not enough, but we got ground pound. We gotta jump over the TNT, but it's a clean confirm from Wazim. The call up, the patience on the Psycho Axe, and it's a 2-0 to move on to winner's top 8 against Violent Golfer.
There it is. Yeah, good on Wazim staying patient throughout all the chaos there. You know, once the initial Raging Demon didn't hit and just a couple sequences after that, Skylight was just focused on spending. They were going Hail Marys, right? They were like, I'll do the reversal, I'll do JS, pretty much whatever I can do to try to find a hit on Wazim here. And I feel like with some of the things that Suisei can bring to the table, it can be easy to get overwhelmed, right? If you were to, like, let's say, block that JS, or you try to contest her and she does Lariat or anything like that. So Wazim just keeping it really cool, really simple, just saying, like, I'll just sit on my life lead and react to something accordingly, and was able to get force that whiff and get the set.
Yeah, I like how well we were playing around the JS as well, right? You know, able to put so many of these TNT on the screen that are like, oh, okay, yes, I'm able to get space control. So how do I think that you're going to be able to get around it? The respect, you know, that we saw of the 3-meter on both sides, but also the respect of the JS as well. Just thinking, all right, I know you think you're going to be slick by air stalling right on over, but like you mentioned, right, that 2H, such a consistent tool to, you know, pull up and vacuum if you're able to get that hit. So fine leading into it as that anti-air and able to seal out the set. But a couple players that we have not seen at all this evening, you know, but definitely some strong contenders as they fight for that winner's top 8 side. Next up, we got Library versus Novella.
Yep. Library versus Novella. So Library over here. Yeah, Library, your Frosty Fausting's champion for Idol Showdown, pulling up with the Botan. That is indeed Jonathan Botanathan pulling up within the bracket. Novella, I've seen the name of in Idol Showdown main court quite a bit, actually, but I've never actually played against them. I think their like Discord name's like Ian. So it looks like they are an Ayami player. I'm really interested to see what they bring to the table. They were able to get the win over Crunchy Frog in order to get to this point. They're on the verge to make a top 8. They gotta be a gamer, like.
That's what I'm saying, man. Locking in here. I mean, we have a lot of projectiles. We have a lot of long range and a lot of normals that, you know, retreating or advancing are really able to control where you're holding space as Botan here. Especially someone, you know, like Library, who is so familiar with how this character operates since day number 1, but Novella already down to 50%. How are we gonna make our way in the demon flip? We're talking about the Mesatsu, but now we're pulling up with the flip.
Let's see. All right, so yeah, massive damage dealer is this Botan character, right? She is a very interesting playstyle to where, like, she does have some zoning. It's not the best. However, what she's able to do is very fitting on her FPS background, right? She has a lot of guns, so these instant, like, projectiles establish a lot of disrespect from full screen. She could also use them to approach, equipped with some grenades as well. She's very unique in the way that she kind of approaches this game, I feel.
Yeah, I know. I think we think about, you know, characters like Pekora that are like, oh, we want to set you into looping set play. Suisei, where it's like, oh yeah, eventually we make our way in, and now we got the orbs, right? But Botan is kind of cycling back and forth between, oh, I'm in this awkward mid-range, now we're in full screen with 4 H's, but now Novella has you locked down in the corner. It's Ghost Oki off of the respect, but now that you ended your turn, the mash out on the 2L from Library, we're going to need one more hit after this, so we're not going to spin the super just yet. But it's a terrifying situation. The J2H loops as well.
Right.
What side do you want? That was same side?
Yeah, it could be so ambiguous. She's been doing left-rights like that for a year and a half now, man. Just like that I can't remember which normal it is. I want to say it's like her JM. Just having that multi-hitting hitbox and Sonic Spin Dash being so ambiguous at times. And Library, I'm just saying, they got a French bread background, all right? They know about left-rights like that all too well.
That's what I'm saying. Now that he's like unchained from the shackles of cross-up protection, he's like, all right, dude, I'm in. I'm going in. All right, 4H, 4H. Oh, and we pull up. Yeah, it's like we mentioned before, right? So many ways of trying to, you know, control this space. And also like, oh, okay, you think you're zoning. Now you're going to pull up for the approach. And I'm going to stop you right in your tracks. These J2H loops once again for Library.
It looks so silly, but at the same time, so cool.
I'm like, wait, it's like vacuuming in, man. We got the stanky leg pulling up from downtown, and then we pull up to the JH again. But still, finds the mash out here. Again, Library, I think, is finding a lot of good Abari opportunities on Novella, with really good reads on, okay, when are you going to try and stagger? When are you going to try and, you know, leave a gap for me to mash out on? But that universal overhead off of the Ghost Oki.
right, let's see if Novella's gonna be able to get anything off of this. If I've learned anything from Ayame in the past, is how explosive this character can be once she finds an opening. Library just blocking it out for now. Super patient, of course, has that life lead. It's up to Novella to find the hit, and can't quite find it with that gap. Library will be able to mash out, get the round.
Let's go again.
All right, set point for Library. 1 round away from that winner's top 8, and we have the meter advantage as well. So I haven't seen any of these Muda jump scares, but now we're threatening the super as well. Botan already pretty good on the damage, right? But now looking at lethal off this next 2 hits.
Yeah, I'm loving the hit and run playstyle here from Library. Even going as far as like, I'm gonna stop backdashing and just like do my special motion flip in order to build some meter.
Yep. There we go. Should be a clean hit with all the meter in the world. Library should be a clean cash out as long as we don't drop the combo. The JL-J2H loops, man, they look so goofy, but they're so sick at the same time. 4HH, the triple shot. We're pulling up with a gunslinger, and it's 2-0 for Library, sending Novella down into the loser side.
Man, Library styling and profiling with those confirms at the end there, finding it into the stanky leg gunslinger loops, and then just cash it out with some reminiscent, almost like Marvel Deadpool-esque gunshot super there. So yeah, Library, definitely a favorite within this tournament, I would say. As we move on into winner's side, top 8, they are a previous champion, and pretty much anytime they pull up to some of these big brackets is known for getting some of those higher placements, and they'll be in winner's side top 8.
Hell yeah. And taking a look at the bracket as well, which you guys can check out with that exclamation point bracket. We are waiting for a loser sign to catch up as well. So let's see. Vicarous waiting for an opponent. Blue waiting for an opponent as well. Lucy versus Aqua Dynasty, and Skylight versus Crunchy Frog. So we got a couple losers top 8 qualifiers for you guys in just a little bit.
Indeed. Yeah, in fact, the plan was initially to just stream winners top 8 side qualifiers, but I noticed we were kind of like cruising through, so I was like, early on, I was like, yeah, let me mark a couple like loser side matches. So I just marked 2 randomly before like some games would happen. I didn't know they were gonna break down this way, so I didn't imagine that Lucy and Aqua Dynasty was happening down there. I think they may have already started the match, but regardless, we will definitely have a couple of losers top 8 side qualifiers before we show you all that beautiful top 8 graphic. But we have one more winner side top 8 qualifier to get through, and that is going to be Keyboard Noah versus Aaron Cube.
All right. So Noah, like we saw earlier, was able to. When did we see them last on stream? They were able to take a 2-1 over Aqua Dynasty. So moving on here, avoiding the Yame matchup for Aaron. So it's going to be, oh, no Fubuki. Instead, it's going to be the Aki versus Coco.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Historically, this has been a little bit of a problematic matchup for Coco. And just in a theory sense, right? Do you want to play the, Shoto-esque character, but for the most part has to get up close against the grappler? Or do you want to play the zoner, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, based on what we're seeing so far, perhaps the zoner is not working out quite well, because what has happened to Keyboard Noah? This is explosive.
That's what I'm saying. The zoner trying to keep some space, but Aaron familiar with the Aki himself, so he's like, I know how to make my way on in here. But evening up the life lead of the Mookie Rose, so spaced out that it ends up hitting the burst as well. JM for the clean pickup. Noah, let's see if we can bring over to the corner.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe with proper routing, I think Noah could have actually killed there. The super was about to be imminent, but at least has the pressure with the Ritsu Nuts. Finds the strike throw situation. We chose throw, and that's gonna be round 1 going to Noah.
Welcome back.
Pull up for the hug, the hips find lethal, the dive kick just to keep you a little bit on your toes. Just round over to Noah, but finds a clean jump in for Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, noticing the tendency of Noah to try to escape those command throw situations, ends up going low this time off the restand. Went for it again, but this time Noah has the ideology, challenges with an in-full reversal.
Yes.
Okay, big chill in. EX Mookie Rose. Trying to play the spacing game once again, but the jump ins from Aaron have been so clean. Now a little scared to try to go for mindless fireballs, but speaking of the fireball, the GeoGuessr rapidly honing in on your location. It's 1 apiece.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if this was planned, but Oski is a pretty good collab to run into Aki, right? That GeoGuessr is just basically a pin that you could do from any point of the screen, and if they're caught slipping, they will be pinned down to the ground, which is not only a good for anti-zoning, it gives you a knockdown and you can close in distance, which is invaluable for Coco.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if Noah's being a little bit too predictable about the zoning patterns, able to find that gap safely from the other side of the screen, take away such a big chunk of your life, and the chip damage off the fire breath is enough for game 1 Aaron Cube.
All right, yeah, no character select here from Keyboard Noah, which makes sense, right? I think if you lock in this matchup, you're going to be committed to it for the long haul, just based off of the numbers, right? This is something that is Aki favored, but you know, you mentioned earlier, yeah, Aaron Cube does also play Aki, so as it pertains to knowing what this character is capable of, he's going to be all too familiar with this matchup.
Dude, he's kind of running it down, 50% already. The 5L loops as well to bring you over to the corner. That burning health is terrifying. I know you're scared of the throw, but Aaron just waiting it out. Like, all right, I don't need to go for this damage, this burn over time. All I need is one more hit. Even if I'm taking a few here and losing some space, let's go for the early burst, just so I don't get zoned back out.
All right, yeah, no burst on either side. Aaron Cube does have that Oski to spend if things get too crazy. A 2H here from Keyboard Noah, covering some of that space.
Chilling super chats off of the fire breaths, but yeah, tried to find some delay, but Noah ending up with all the patience in the world, staring at that super chat, respecting the cancels, and it's another round up.
Clutch slide, but just caught by the big chest bump. Aaron Cube with the restand. Oh yeah, Keyboard Noah intent on backdashing no matter what.
Okay, send out the Sonic Wave, just barely outside of range of the Twin Tails.
Yeah, the footsie's being played here. They, man, the mind games just took the reach. Does get scooped up by the cartwheel grab.
Scared of the grab, holding on to the down back, but ends up trying to walk back here with the 2L. Aaron Cube on set point.
Yeah, but it's got to be mentioned as well, Aki, another one of the lower health characters in this game. And of course, you know, that's a grappler. So like any kind of hit that you find strike or throw is going to do a ton of damage against Aki.
Exactly. Used to be a character that felt pretty comfy at, you know, a lot of these ranges, but, you know, with some of those nerfs maybe coming a little more in line to that zoner playstyle. And every time Aaron Cube is able to make his way back in, it's so much fear coming out from Noah. Burst out, get a full run up off of the knockdown.
Oh my god, yeah, Aaron Cube was going for a lot of massive calls there. Nothing quite working out. We saw the universal overhead with the Oski pin. Keyboard Noah had perfect defense on that, and then looking for the Raptor grab. Keyboard Noah is under the age of 25 and has the reactions for that as well. And that clutch defense will tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, the Drive Raptor not going to catch you out this time, but still so scary to have to look out for these anti-air confirms coming out from Aaron Cube. Now that we know that you're looking to try and jump that grab, the pressure is on. Game number 3.
There it is. Keyboard Noah getting much more comfortable with the zoner mindset. That 5M from Aki is eternal as one of the best anti-air buttons in the game, and we see exactly there why that is the case. Aaron Cube kind of fumbling a bit, getting really antsy and trying to close distance. Keyboard Noah just putting up all the stop signs in the world.
I'm just saying, man, if I had a nickel for every Dastardly Blonde that had a crazy 5M that also anti-airs and is an incredible combo starter, a couple nickels, which isn't crazy, but, you know, 10 cents goes a long way. 1 meter might go a long way as well as we're trying to find this next hit. Aaron Cube, so worse for wear on the HP, and brought back down to the earth by EX Mookie Rose.
Ooh, yeah, they weren't ready for the universal overhead Oski pin drop this time around. See how explosive it could be. The restand gets the Coco grab, Coco Buster, ticking away, finds the hit, reset into another Coco Buster. It's just like that. Aaron Cube takes the round.
Dude, the addition of Gatling, you know, off of these light normals is so scary, especially for a character like Coco, right? So many ways to try and threaten this tick throw pressure, and she has that advancing chest bump as well in case you try and mash out, in case you try and jump, and all of a sudden it's an airborne starter. But right, airborne off of the Mookie Rose brings you right back down to earth. Oh no, and sniped out, maybe looking for the IB.
Man, I've noticed the tendency of Keyboard Noah is really utilizing a lot of the resources for keep away tools, right? That invincible backdash, the EX Mookie Rose, even guard cancels. We haven't seen a lot of Risu activations. They just really want to snap that neutral game no matter what. And I think that's going to be a key mindset that's allowing for them to take this round 2.
Yep, so much meter off the back-to-back super chat cancels from Aaron Cube, but it still wasn't enough. Final game, final round here in the loser side.
Yeah, this one really felt like it can go either way. Oh, Aaron Cube, I was about to say, you got to be tasked with the decision of like, do I burst here or not? Because like there is some kind of downside to bursting against Aki, right? She sent back to full screen. You got to put a neutral game yet again. And look at what happens. Keep her Noah back in control.
Go. Pick up. It's the IPS, so no pick up off of the Mugi.
Oh, they
so much health.
Did my man get dead zoned? He might have gotten dead zoned.
Help, man. Those twin tails are fast. They reach so far, but they're not going to reach the entire way over. You trade that range for a little bit of consistency right up close.
Wait a minute, Reset, you gotta guess! Guess for game! Guess for your life! Guess for the winner's bracket! And guess for top 8! Aaron Cube goes low, so he will ascend high into the winner's side top 8 with a 2-1 victory over Keyboard Noah.
That's terrifying, bro. You were so close. You had one more hit left. Chip damage too was also a factor, but you know, a whiff on that meaty Mookie Rose, maybe not giving you the cleanest Oki situation that you might have been looking for, even with the supers behind it. And we've seen so many times, round after round, where Aaron, despite being down on the HP, was able to pull up. Oh, I built up the super chat. I built up the meter behind it. I get one more hit, and it's triple tail whip for the kill. All that we need off of the restand. So, like you said, our final competitor making it into that winner's top 8 side. Damn, he's good.
Indeed, that was such a good match. It was just another one of those ones that felt like it could have gone either way, and you really got to see the cycle of how volatile that match can be, where you have the slow pacing of Aki just putting up the Sisyphus rock for Coco to try to push up. But once Coco pushes that rock beyond the mountain, she's just like straight up rushing it down for the finish line, and Aaron Cube going to be able to persist on the winner's side. So for losers, we actually do have a couple of top 8 qualifiers that we're going to run. We are going to kick it off here with Skylight versus Crunchy Frog.
Hell yeah, down here in the loser side, still fighting for that loser's top 8. So yeah, you don't have the backup plan of, oh, okay, it's okay, I still have one more set that I can lose before I'm out of here. This one might be for all the marbles. But speaking of the marbles as well, if you guys want to donate, you know, some clams, some mussels, some marbles over here to the Matcherino, you are welcome to if you're feeling so generous. But if there's no extra money out of the wallet, I understand, you know, times might be tough out here, but there's still 26 codes remaining for free money into the Matcherino and for these gamers that are giving you such amazing Idol Showdown action. So yeah, you can log in with any of your social media. It's a free 25 cents, and a big shout out to the donations as well. We saw Onion with the 30 bucks, Keyboard Noah with the $6.90, and Base Freak as well with the $10 donation. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, so over $100 in the pot for Idol Showdown. You love to see it. So yeah, Skylight versus Crunchy Frog. Skylight returning Crunchy Frog. We haven't seen on stream quite yet, but is a Coco player that we've seen within online and offline brackets do a little bit of work.
Yeah, so Coco back on the stand. Skylight fighting for their life right now in the loser side. The backdash, just trying to hold on to some space. A couple good fireballs, but terrifying. She's able to get that jump in, right? All that health that you're so preciously holding on to can be gone in a blink of an eye.
Right. Skylight just completely piling on the pressure here. Flawless gameplay, say so if you will. As yeah, this is just looking to be a wall of offense that Crunchy Frog can navigate against, but also the neutral game, right? That little fireball is really good at covering that mid-range, established alongside the 2M and the Lariat, and it's just really hard to approach this character sometimes.
We find the approach here over for Crunchy Frog. Confirms over to the corner. The fireball loops.
Okay. Bruh, it could happen to you.
Scooped up with the level 2 command grab. Yeah, that's 2 meter down the drain, and that's a lot of HP down from Skylight. The booty bump.
All right, yeah, just trying to stop that pressure yet again. Gets crossed up. I'm not sure if that was the normal that they quite wanted. Burst bait here from Skylight, but can't get the confirm off the wall bounce. Hey,
yeah, that's perfect. The side swap, Raging Demon. You're not the only one with a command grab. We tried to go for the 2H. We ended up side swap. We tried to go for the EX wall bounce on the Psycho Axe, but dropped the combo. Bro! And now we pull up. It's the 3rd EX command grab in 30 seconds. Crunchy Frog ties it up.
How many reversal grab supers are we? That was 3 in a round. I can safely say I haven't seen that before. 3 reversal throw supers happening in a round? Like,
See, now that we don't need to go into like this install state for Suisse and we just have this constant threat of the jump scare go super, like, life is so crazy. There's always a jump scare waiting around the corner, but I'm jump scared with all the damage we've been able to pump out in just 20 seconds. Yeah, we lost the corner. Yeah, it's universal overhead, so not a full confirm, but the strike throw, the plus range, we run up for a clean jump in. Skylight with another say-so for game number 1.
Man, this is, and that even paints a crazier narrative, right? Where you have like, Skylight has only won rounds through perfects or say-sos, right? It's just completely one-sided, just I ran my game plan, GG's. But like Crunchy Frog round, chaos. You got supers going off everywhere, burn damage, just like, so I mean, the more that Crunchy Frog's gonna be able to stop that chaos, the more success we're gonna see on their end. But Skylight, when they're in their bag, when they're in their zone, and they're just stabbing that neutral and playing that mid-range so well, they're unstoppable.
Dude, now you're scaring me because I saw the first hit and I was like, all right, it's over for Skylight. Like, we only win on say-so, so like, what is a homie to do at this point? But still, 6H into the command grab. Down but not out. Frame kill off of the 2M once again, and we check you off of the Psycho Axe. We bait out the burst 2. The wait out. Don't even look at the burst bait dab. 5M starter, 2 meter in the bank for a super confirm as well. But I do wonder if we try and save it for that next round.
Yeah, there are parts of Suisse's routing that are annoyingly burst safe. Like when she goes to the skies and then brings you down with the wire and then does the 2H. You gotta be really careful. Like pretty much that entire sequence is relatively burst safe.
And the IPS triggered as well. We find the jump in into the empty low. Not a perfect, but hey, this is good for the narrative too. Skylight saying, all right, just because I get hit, I mean, I'm down and out against the grappler. We find the mash out on the booty bump.
There it is, yeah, adapting is Skylight as we get carried to that corner now. Plenty of resources to work with as well. You gotta be very scared if you're Crunchy Frog here. The burst will be built. When will we spend it?
Here. Finally, a burst at the end of the combo, but basically ate all the damage either way. But you're not worried about the damage, especially with Coco Health. You're worried about the positioning. JS, but it's a clean stand block from Crunchy Frog. Can't say the same about the confirm, though. Still able to find the reset off of this rolling grab.
Oh, man, yeah, Crunchy Frog was digging deep for that command throw. Wanted the damage and wanted it now. Skylight had an eye for it. Gonna be able to pop it open with yet another one of these supers. Big dammy whammy. But, I mean, Coco got that health. Can't get the pickup. Oh, no!
Oh, he tried to go for another level 2. We wanted 3 more grabs, but instead we're grabbing the set by the horns. It's Skylight for the 2-0, moving on to loser's side, top 8.
Idle stepping their way into the top 8 is Skylight. We got the Suisse Medicine there going to be tearing it up. We'll be fighting against Aqua Dynasty. We got the 2-0 victory over Lucy, respectively. So we'll be able to join also the likes of Vicarous. We got the 2-0 victory over Novella. So this top 8 is shaping up quite nicely. We have room for one more, and we're gonna figure out who it is in real time on stream here for your final loser side top 8 qualifier that will be between Keyboard Noah and Blue.
Yes, we're gonna be seeing some Fubuki versus either Ollie or Ayame, the meme master himself versus the Evo champion. So I'm excited to see it. Still fighting down in the loser's side, right? Just goes to show you how stacked the quality of gameplay that we got over here in Idol Showdown is, even so, you know, years into the game. So I'm excited to see it for our final losers top 8 qualifier. Whoever wins gets the privilege of fighting Vicarous over in that loser's side as well.
Yeah, and I gotta say, honestly, contextually, I feel like this is one of the biggest top 8 qualifiers that we have here within the context of this specific bracket, right? Just because of the narrative.
Yeah.
Keyboard Noah's been having an insane run, honestly, right? They got the 2-0 victory over Makoto, was able to get the victory over Aqua Dynasty, which I consider to be a big win, and was just an interaction away from qualifying top 8 winner side over Aaron Cube, right? So they're having the run of a lifetime. On the other end of the spectrum, Blue, you know, was sent down to losers by Violent Golfer. Seemed pretty shook up about it in the post-match conversation, but then has went on to get a 2-0 victory over Etria and a 2-0 victory over Retro. So you could tell that redemption is something that they're trying to seize right here, right now for the loser side top 8 qualifier spot. So this is a big one.
Yeah, Blue taking it 2 over Retro is kind of like a heartbreaker for the narrative too, because on the other side, like we mentioned, right, the winner of this ends up into Vicarous. If we had the Dev versus Dev for losers top 8, it would go pretty crazy, but the Evo champion holding on to their pride right now and holding on to the Ollie for game number 1, Ollie versus Fubuki for a final losers top 8 qualifier.
Here it is.
Okay, fireball for fireball, but just a little bit slower on Ollie. Yeah, scared that we were going to end up losing tempo, so tried to go for the back step, but the fireball just travels all the way across the other side.
Yeah, so another one of these explosive starts here for Keyboard Noah. And I mean, yeah, lock it in Fubuki. I don't know. This was the menace that put Blue in losers in the first place, right? Fubuki just so good at establishing her game plan immediately against Blue, and that low life just melts slow. I'm not gonna say slowly but surely. That's a lie. Fastly but surely.
Quickly and surely, right? Efficient and consistent, but here we go. Consistently off of the 2D. We're going to be able to find the sweep, but we found the hit. No real confirm coming out from Blue, and it's a 2H starter from Noah. This is going to do a ton of damage, if not kill.
Yeah, Noah in a fantastic position here. Wall splat off the SSR. Couldn't mix their combo as much as they can, so end up dropping the Oki. Blue poking out. Just, man, mistiming this Oki time and time again.
Ooh. Let's go, dead angle, the people's elbow. Now we pull up with the Marian assist. 2 meter to try and keep this round in the bank. And there we go. Game number 1 off of the grab. Keyboard Noah. Again, like you mentioned, on a run of his lifetime and absolutely running away with that momentum.
Indeed, yeah. Blue was so woke and ready for the universal overhead pressure, but was so locked in on trying to react, was not ready for the run-up throw. Keyboard Noah looking smug here with the Watame sticker.
Watame sticker on the win while your opponent is looking for the character select. He can't even see it, man. He is swapping over to Ayame as we speak on an entirely different part of the video game, but you're like, I'm kind of nice though, no?
Dude, some of the beauty of this game having the stickers available, but I think this is the decision that needs to be made for Blue, right? Just based off what we saw on the winner's side, how sticky of a character Fubuki has been against their Ollie playstyle. They're just completely suffocated and they're playing from the back foot. That's not what you want to do with Ollie, right? You don't want to be stuck on the defensive. You want to be able to really enforce your game plan and kind of snowball your way. So switching over to Ayame, where you'll be a little bit better equipped. And I mean, this is one of the staple characters here for Blue. I think it's a good swap.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The APM can be a little bit lower, obviously execution on the combos as well, but you know, the game plan, like you're mentioning, so much simpler as we're finally able to find a clean confirm.
Indeed, yeah, as you see some signs of life here from Blue. Impressive, by the way, that they have the confirms just ready to go here. I imagine they've been playing Ollie for the majority of the bracket, but the Ayame's just been locked and loaded, ready to be pulled out at a moment's notice.
Yeah, that's the cool and scary thing about swapping while you're in bracket, right? Yes, you can swap up the game plan, maybe make things a little more simple, but the muscle memory, you know, the transfer cost is always something to have to keep in mind. So being able to, you know, swap back into it at a drop of a hat, looking pretty good for Blue here. Do we want to hold on to the burst? I know you're looking for the bait on Noah's side, so I like the delay. IBs on the Tatsu, but Super Chat, even with the EX right after, isn't enough to keep your turn.
Oh man, just back and forth here. Oh my god, they did find the confirm it. Blue did 2H and the 2-2H did not gonna. Yeah, you can't get a confirm off that anymore. That was a wild sequence back and forth.
Yeah, right? So scary. You were able to find the right mash out on the universal overhead, but not able to confirm the way you needed. Now it's Keyboard Noah on set point.
Indeed, backdash on the universal overhead, creating that space, able to find the jump in. Keyboard Noah feels, even despite the Ayame switch up, still kind of feels like they're dictating the pace quite a bit here.
Yeah. Oh my god, and the walk back to try and bait out the DP. I like the 2M coming out from Blue. Again, the game plan has gotten so much more simple, saying, I know you're scared of all the meter that I got in the bank. Instead, I'm going to use it. Not for Ghost Oki like we saw from Aqua Dynasty, but it's the implied threat of all of these resources we're just pulling up with 5L.
Yeah, it's a matter of ideology and approach, right? Because Aqua Dynasty obviously has that Ghost Oki pressure, which is cool, but it's not free, right? You do have to spend resources in order to make that happen. Oh my god, she was doing something? I thought she was just standing there menacingly.
Dude, I thought it was double Rekka, and then we end our turn to bait out the reversal. I was like, Blue is nasty, but maybe, I don't know, just didn't believe in the bait at the end of it. Now we got walk down, full screen, and still ended up eating the Marian too. I thought we'd see a jump out Oni flip. Now it's one more touch. Keyboard Noah just needs a couple good fireballs to end this.
Oh, and able to get the landing punish with the far M. Keyboard Noah gonna be able to cash a ticket into top 8 loser side here with the victory over Blue on that Fubuki.
Yeah, the Evo champion is down right outside of the losers top 8. But still, Keyboard Noah absolutely running away with the momentum right now. Like, He's seeming unstoppable, which is funny to say because we literally just saw him lose on stream to Aaron Cube. But again, just going up against these folks who, again, are so regulars, you know, we almost take for granted that they're going to be in the top 8 side. You know, so to pull up for Vortex Gallery with the energy to look for some of these upsets, I think Keyboard Noah is, again, having the run of his lifetime. He's going to be running into Vicarous up next. But yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the Idol Showdown action so far. That's been pools. I think we're going to be heading into top 8 just a little bit.
Indeed, yeah. As we head into top 8, let's get a nice little overview of what that's looking like here at the moment. So these are the matches that you're going to be able to expect for your Idol Showdown North America top 8 here at Vortex Gallery Online 2024. On the winner side, we do have Violin Golfer versus Wazam. So you have one of the hardest working people behind the scenes for our Idol Showdown community in the form of Violin Golfer versus one of the hardest working people on the keyboard in the LFG channel of the Idol Showdown Discord in the form of Wazam. Going to be fighting it out there. And then you'll have Library versus Aaron Cube, which should be an interesting one. We saw Library styling earlier. That is also your Frosty Faustings champion, but you know, has a little bit of a matchup RPS that they will have to navigate against in the form of Aaron Cube. You know, Aki and Coco at their disposal. Who knows what they'll choose within that match, but that should be a banger.
Yeah, and down there in the loser side, we just saw that qualifier. Vicarous versus Keyboard Noah, which, if I'm not mistaken, should be the Fubuki Mirror, right, Atkins? So that might be a fun little match to see later on. And Aqua Dynasty versus Skylight, which is going to be the Ayame versus Suisse.
Some quality matches that we have coming up here for your Vortex Gallery Online. We will be kicking over the top 8 soon. Before we do have some sponsors and ads and just a couple of things that we want to shout out here before we get into the nitty gritty. So this event is Vortex Gallery Online 2024. And the thing I always love about Vortex Gallery, Your Honor, they have some good ass merch. Check out the Vortex Gallery shop. Just look at all that great merch that they have going on. They got their own mascot, that Keep Calm and Grim Reaper. I'm sure that some players like that. As a Kaguya player, I am very threatened by that tank top. But hey, if you know you want to jump scare me in real life, buy that tank top. Find me at a major. I'm gonna cower in fear. But just check out 956pro.com/shop for all that exclusive Vortex Gallery merch.
Yeah, and I've definitely been jump scared by your guys' generosity as well. So again, Vortex Gallery is proudly partnered with Matcherino to provide community prize pools for over 100 tournaments. So many ways that you guys can contribute to some of your favorite fighting games and make sure that these gamers get a good amount of cash to try and fight for as we head into these top 8s. So contribute to the pot of your favorite games today completely free by visiting matcherino.com/VGON24.
There it is, VGON, and the ON stands for online. But what if you're interested in some offline action? The people over at 956 Productions are so good, they got you covered in the offline realm as well. At Frosty Faustings coming up in a couple of months, you can check out the Vortex Gallery offline section. There's already been a couple of games announced. You can see some community tournaments that'll be ran there. A couple of my key favorites I were to point out: Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Ultra Fight Dakianta 2. You already know what it is. And I mean, yeah, there's registration live for some of those community tournaments. I believe they also may be accepting some applications as well if you're looking to like run an event there. So yeah, if you're gonna be in the area, if you're gonna be at Frosties, check it out, register, and support Vortex Gallery in that offline setting as well.
Hell yeah. So many of your favorite fighting games, so many of your favorite anime fighting games. But what if you guys are manga fans instead? We can stop on by to Kaiten Books, and you guys can check out Loner Life in Another World Volume 9. So print editions are now up for pre-order worldwide. They're going to be hitting the shelves early next year on January 31st. Also, the anime adaptation of the series is airing as we speak. So you can check that out on High Dive. And you can also follow them on Twitter at Kaiten Books, or head over to their website for more information.
And there it is, y'all. Hope that you've been enjoying the ride thus far. I know that I have, but we are going to take a quick break here as we get set up for the top 8. So while you have this 5 minutes, go ahead and grab some water, use the bathroom real quick. We will be back here in 5, where your Idol Showdown top 8 stream will be live. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we're back. What's good, what's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to Vortex Gallery Online 2024. We got our Idol Showdown top 8 for you guys. Once again, it's your boy J2, and I'm hanging out with the homie Kraken Atkins to bring you guys this amazing Idol Showdown action.
Yup. It's been great so far, man. We have seen so many big wins, some returning faces, some new faces, and it's all culminated to this, the final 8 for Idol Showdown North America Vortex Gallery Online. Gonna be kicking us off with a couple familiar faces. We've seen them on stream in the past. Gonna be Violin Golfer versus Wazim. That'll be starting us off here. So we should be seeing Fubuki versus Pekora. Violin Golfer was able to get 2 big wins, right? I would say a big win over Blue and a big win over Lucy in order to bring up to the spot. So they are, we were talking about Keyboard Noah having a run of a lifetime, but honestly, we got to put the spotlight on Violin Golfer as well for doing equally, if not kind of exceeding the notions of what they've been able to do within this bracket.
Exactly. Wazim, we kind of, think about this grinder, familiar with so many characters in the cast, but of course tearing it up on the Pekora, maybe inspired by Bomb's recent wins as well. I think just yesterday, taking Vortex Gallery for the JP side. But like you said, Violin Golfer also on a run of the lifetime right now. We talk about, oh man, one of the, greatest, strongest archivists of our time, keeping our replay website alive for so long. But maybe looking at all of that footage time after time again, really got a feel for the, game flow and is able to rock it with the Fubuki as we head into our first winner's side top 8.
Yeah, Violin Golfer being less of a scribe and more of an oracle, right? They're all seeing, they're omniscient. They have the scrolls, and they're using it against the player base of the Idol Showdown community in real time here. Like,
that's what I'm saying. We've been saying thank you this whole time. He's like, no, thank you for giving me all this footage. Now I understand. I see behind the code. We're always pulling in the matrix, but you're also gonna have to pull up against Pekora, right? Someone who has such good zoning and space control with the RPGs, with the TNTs. A lot of ways to try and make you scramble on how you make your way in. But we Tatsu through the RPG and finally find our way.
That was so crisp. Hey, RPG from Pekora, that's a mean tool, okay? It's like a projectile that she gets to use with the hitbox that like propels her backwards. It's really, really difficult for a lot of characters to catch. So for Violin Golfer to show that they're going to be reactive Tatsuing through that for gap closing is huge.
Really good awareness, but also a really good knockdown. OTG off of the rocket launcher. Now we got the red TNT. Pulls up. The respect allows you to get you even closer to the corner. Now we're just waiting. Are you going to try and mash onto the EXDP? No, instead, we got the EXTNT, but meter for meter, we try to escape, and we succeed off of the back throw.
All right, yeah, letting it rip with the super, just trying to chip away. Violin Golfer, pop the slowdown, runs up for button, Wazim forced to burst.
Ooh. But the burst of the RPG is enough. One more hit for Wazim. It was super scary when Violin Golfer started off so strong. The patience to Tatsu through, but still the boulder goes right back down.
Yeah, massive Ayame starter. It's unfortunate because like I've seen Violin Golfer land a few of those. That is a huge starter to pile on a ton of damage. Just unfortunately these drops are not giving full fruition of the opener.
Yeah, we spent 2 on the Ame ground pound. It got us the corner positioning and lots of damage on Wazim, but not enough to secure the lethal. Oh, a little bit too close on the Tatsu. We got punished on the Tatsu. No full confirm. You're like, dude, I'm going to send it again. I see that TNT.
Yeah, I mean, conceivably off of any... Oh my god, stuffed out the Muno call with the projectile. That's actually huge. Essentially 2 star meter being spent on nothing there for Wazim. But what I was going to say initially, right? Like, if Wazim is going to special cancel into anything from a button, 2 of those things are like projectile based, right? You have the TNT and you have the RPG. It's only the Honda hands, right? It is going to apply a physical property that could potentially stuff that out, so...
Exactly. And while you're able to be safe, we mentioned that you're able to drift forward and back to maintain that spacing. Do you want to be minus in Fubuki's, optimal range, where she's at this slight mid-range where all of her buttons are able to contest you better? Probably not if you're Wazim, right? So trying to play that projectile and then be preemptive, or at least reactive, on how you're trying to make that approach. But the Tatsu, once again, casually walks us over.
Man, reaction to the RPG with the Ame call. Yo, Violin Golfer is not letting Pekora get away with murder here, all right? If you're leaving a gap, I'm calling it cap, bro.
Ooh, but the SSR with the Muna call as well. The jump scare allows you to escape. It's OTG, Super Chat off of the red, the blue TNT, but the purple of the Muna was so helpful. And now it's game number 1 for Wazim.
See you next time.
man, oh man, yeah, Wazim was able to take that game 1, but not comfortably. I feel like Violent Golfer's defensive mindset and overall game plan is something that's super imposing. I think what's starting to flounder is like offense, right? They're showing a lot of respect. They're a little bit timid on the approach when they do find the advantage, so that's allowing for Wazim a little bit of room to escape. But if they're able to capitalize on the offensive sequences that are being shown, the defensive neutral is already well beyond on point.
And we saw this from Wazim in the first game. You know, we see this jump forward IB. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence, like, oh, maybe a safe starter. But again, I'm thinking it's an intentional way of making your way in. We're talking about, oh, okay, Pekora has such good zoning, such good space control. But we've seen Wazim try and play this rush down into this, West Coast corner every single time. And so much health taken already off of the set play.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense, you know, in the terms of like the Violent Golfer talks that are being thrown out there, you know, apply the offense so you don't have to deal with the game plan. But just as a counterplay to Violent Golfer trying to play neutral now, that Muna call going to be coming in clutch for the projectile punish.
They're on set point, Wazim. All right, IB's off of the fireballs just to get a little extra super chat in the bank. Landed right into the 5M. No IB, but chilling. Oh, he took the mash up on the ground pound.
Yeah, smart burst timing there from Wazim for things to add some burst safe capabilities. 2H from Violent Golfer. Couldn't get the full confirm, but we'll find a hit on the landing so that missed damage is going to be reclaimed one way or another.
We're still able to claim it in the end. 2 bars on the super.
Man, bro spent it. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit expensive. It does get the damage down to a one-touch scenario. Still has another round to work with. We'll see if it pays off as they try to close out here.
Ooh. Yeah, playing for the chip damage scenario, the walk back, maybe catching out a jump with that 5M. Violent Golfer down but not out. It's still set point. Wazim, like you mentioned, right, we're going in with a meter disadvantage as well.
Okay. Man's taking things slow. Yeah, there's no Muna call yet, so there's really no risk of throwing out these fireballs. Violent Golfer recognizing that.
Scary out of trade off of the bazooka. Trying to play this fireball game, but the IB on the bazooka is still fine. EXTNT, all this space across the screen, and the counter poke, that 5M right on the Tatsu.
Oh, that's gonna be a hit. Yeah, able to get the confirm, but can't get it because it was an airborne hit. Oh no!
Oh, Wiley. Oh no. And the pickup off of the Honda hands. There you go. On the corner carrying the world. It's not going to be lethal for Wazim, even with the cash out on 2. So instead, we set up 1 for TNT, the rising bazooka, and the Muna for the full confirm. Wazim confirms their spot in winners finals and sends Violent Golfer down into losers.
Dang, Violent Golfer was so in tune with the game plan there. That was like some of like the most direct form of game plan implementation. Dude, he's watching the VODs, all right? It's done, bro. He's watching the VODs. Like, the way that he played the neutral and defensively was, like, perfect. Literally, like, the real big way of how that game 2 kind of got off track was, like, they had the call on Ame. It was perfect time. It's just they've been constantly getting grounded confirmed. She just happened to be airborne, so his route whiffed. So it's just one of those losses to where it's just, like, I don't really feel like you could be super upset or even much to analyze on the side of Violent Golfer there. It's just a matter of like, you know, it didn't quite work out. Wazim played it better, but Violent Golfer, in terms of like a game plan perspective, it was immaculate. That was so impressive.
Yeah, going into it with something that is like, you know, so developed as far as your strategy going into it. Okay, wait it out, play footsies, and then right when I'm able to, you know, walk block or dash block my way into this perfect Tatsu range, that's what I'm going to challenge on the bazooka, on the TNT. And we saw it work out so well in that first round, that first game. But Wazim just one step ahead. It doesn't matter how many VODs you're able to catch up. When the reactions, the layer 3 was just so much more overbearing. But that is how it goes. Wazim headed into that winners finals, and we gotta find his opponent over there as we go to the other side of winners top 8, Library versus Aaron Cube.
Indeed. Yeah, Library and Aaron Cube going to be pulling up shortly here. So, yeah, this is the question that I had in mind as far as like what character Aaron Cube will choose here, right? I imagine it's Aki. So, here's the thing. Historically, I have felt as a former Aki player that Aki fights Botan very well, right? There's been some changes to the game, and I've been playing Ina ever since Next Fest, so I haven't experienced this matchup firsthand in this version of the game. and
Yeah.
Aki has changed a lot. So I'm just like not sure if this is something that she's still super favored in, or if there is a reason to go to Coco. So this is just for my own personal knowledge and learning. I'm really interested to see how this set goes.
Yeah, let's see it. You know, Aki was a menace at certain times of Idol Showdown, but like we've been seeing, you know, as Aki has kind of pulled up to the stand on these recent stream sets, it's like, yes, she's still able to play a really strong zoning game as well. Some of these, you know, confirms, especially with Cookie Rose, end up being, you know, like you mentioned, annoyingly burst safe. But, you know, once you're able to make your way in, I think has a decent amount of time, or decent amount of trouble, rather, finally trying to, you know, allow you to escape. But Aaron's going to be pulling up with the Coco, pulling up into the Botan here. So let's see who's able to get that first hit. The sweep immediately, the walk back from the round start finds the whip punish.
Yeah, and that's massive. You see just about half health done. That burn damage being threatened. If an SPD were to hit a Coco Buster, that is going to be mad damage, but that doesn't mean the strike doesn't do nothing. Hits low. Library from the pressure going to burst.
Strike is in, scared of the fire, scared of the grenade. Iroha, it's occupying that airspace, so no J2H to have to worry about, no jump outs either.
Yeah, you see Library trying to play that runaway game, just build some resources if anything. Like even if this round goes down, make sure that you're well equipped for the game 2. Because Botan, not really known for her defensive capabilities in terms of like invul and things of that sort. But having access to Star Collins and all that is going to make you a lot more threatening to kind of avoid what happened in this round 1.
Exactly. No invul, no armor outside of the 1 meter shopping cart, but still tried to hold on to that meter. Now we got 2 going into this round, but I don't know, Aaron Cube, of course, up the round.
Yeah, Aaron keep looking for those IB timing. That is some really smart things to do against some of Botan's can pressure, so you can build a ton of collab resources.
There you go. We see the Coco squad as well over at the full screen. We might think, oh, okay, Botan clearly has the advantage here with the guns, with the grenades to hold on to that space, but you can find these pockets of time just to farm some super chat. Okay, we called in the off collab for the Iroha, but we're not taking to the sky. It's not going to matter.
Yeah, full gunshots. Not quite enough to kill. The Coco has the highest health in the game, so able to survive that, but just gets chipped out slowly but surely as Library able to return to neutral.
Yeah, highest health, but a high hitbox off of that 4H snipes you out. There we go. We crouch right under at the run-up 2H from Aaron Cube. There we go.
Hey, Coco Buster. Yeah, Library feeling the pressure. Gonna be bursted after that because they need to. Life on the line, but the Iroha snapping away. In that context, hitting on the ground because it is just so fast, you can't just get caught for walking forward. But even if a Library were to jump, it's air unblockable. So it's just a magnificent tool for the neutral game.
Exactly. Trying to walk yourself out of the corner in what you think is a safe way, but man, the jump scare of the Iroha call-in, you know, it costs that 2 meter, but if you're able to find the right timing for it, seals out game number 1. The Library, down but not out. Oh, not able to find the confirm off the JH.
All right, here we are. Yeah, just Library trying to send a life lead and just get this dragon away from me, right? A hit and run playstyle and being implemented as much as possible just because of how explosive Aaron Cube has been.
Escape the dragon, but not going to escape the dinosaur. We find the rolling grab and keep the pressure on here. Lots of help to try and make up that lead, but yeah, again. Oh, yeah, we pull up with the grab again because you don't want to jump out straight into the Iroha swipes.
Hey, yeah, some IVs here from Aaron Cube yet again. I feel like it is definitely the way you want to play because of the way Botan constructs pressure, but it puts a lot of onus on the person on defense because, like, if you mess up some of those IVs, you're in danger of getting blown up. But, you know, you want to build those resources because of all the multi-hitting. That's a lot of juicy meter that can be built up for you.
Exactly. You might just die. You might just get caught up by Universal Overhead with a grenade right behind, and we swipe out with the Iroha so far away that it's not a confirm, but you got some space, but the space taken right back with Library off of that 5. What?
Beats me. I'm rare-footed. The package actually at a loss for words here.
The woman was too stunned to speak, but stunned with the dual pistols. The gunslinger ties it back up here. 1-1 over in that winner's semis.
There is some signs of life here from Library. Just, you know, able to really kind of control the space in a way that they would like that in and out playstyle working a lot better. And more emphasis on the out factor, right? Just really finding these clutch opportunities for gunshots and grenades to make it a little bit of a minefield that is less easy for Aaron Cube to navigate.
We saw the Medion library as well. Tried to backdash out, maybe looking for a throw, but instead losing health as we go. Chip damage actually wearing away. But you got a lot of health to try and work with here as Coco. Ooh, super chat. Jump over the grenade. The jump in's good.
Okay, yeah, piling on that massive Coco damage. Gonna be able to push to the corner with this. 2 bars available. Gotta be careful for library. That burst may come back. Yes. Oh, had to read on the command throw. It just jumps forward.
Trying to go for the scoop. No Coco Buster to be seen here. Library has 2 bars in the bank here for the super. And we got the stanky leg J2H conversion. Send the gunslinger right back down to his grave.
Buddy. I love that super so much. Except when I'm getting hit by it. It does a lot of damage.
When I'm the one getting beat by it, it sucks. But, you know, here in the Botan voice line, it's how mad can you really be?
Right.
There we go, caught up in the chest bump. That's first out from Library. Nice. I like the jump over J2H to make sure we're not getting run up anti-aired after the Sonic Wave. Okay. On the jump out.
The beginning of the end here. There it is. Aaron Cube with the full. It shouldn't by now, but it always shocks me how much damage he gets off of those OTG loops.
That's what I'm saying. I see the tail whip and I'm like, oh, okay, we're chilling. It's not the craziest thing in the world. And then I look over at the super chat meter. I'm like, wait.
There
There we go. The Coco step. He's building up the super chat as we go. Low profiling the 4 H's.
All right. Yeah, even called the Muna just for an extra bit of layers on the zoning there. Kind of expensive though. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them.
Yeah. Yeah, no meter for a little bit here. It's all good. The combo to wait out that meter penalty, it's all good. No, but Aaron, actually building up that 3 meter, right? We have the threat of the Iroha jump scare.
Okay, yeah, Iroha off collab being spent. Library is going to cool off. Yeah, throw out more. The anti-air coming clutch. Looking for a snipe. It was misspaced.
Oh no, but the tech back JL, we saw it in the loops and we saw it in this final interaction. Library is gonna move on to winners finals against Wazim.
There it is. A super close, hard-fought battle between the 2 of them there. And it is Library that will come out on top. A little bit of an element of surprise that Aaron Cube brought out there. Because like that's gonna put... I have some questions about the Coco pick. Because like I said, historically, I have always... I say this having fought like 0 Botans in tournament. But like, I've always felt comfortable just like, bro, if I gotta fight Botan, I'm chilling. Like with Aki. But... I know Aki is a lot different now, and I mean, putting up a solid argument for Coco as that match did go down to the final round, but Library will be coming out on top. You can see our bracket here. It will be Library and Wazim that will be moving on to fight each other in the winners finals, but we're going to go ahead and get through this losers bracket here. So our next match will be the Battle of the Fabukis. Potentially, I don't know, Keyboard Noah has some tricks up their sleeve, but needless to say, it will be Vickers versus Keyboard Noah.
Yeah, I think Vickers we saw pretty early on into the bracket. Keyboard Noah, again, we mentioned it, it's the run of a lifetime here, but Vickers an absolute grinder. Like you mentioned, right? I think, if we're not mistaken, ISD being their first, if not one of their first, fighting games as well. So to be able to pull up here to Vortex Gallery 2024, the grind and the hard work paying off here to make it into the top 8. But you got to take out one of your Fubuki brothers potentially along the way. And you know what the funniest part is? Your reward for winning in the Fubuki Mirror is another Fubuki Mirror against Violent Golfer in losers quarters. The story just writes itself, man. We got the copy pastas for days ready and waiting. We're waiting for these players to head up to the stand for our losers top 8.
And I'll say it. I made a little GIF about like a little bit over a year ago, right? That expressed my, I won't say frustrations, but feelings, right? Emotions about the Idol Showdown in a player base. You know that Buzz Lightyear GIF where it's just like all the clones?
Yes.
Yeah, I made that and I had the caption that said Fubuki and Suisei plays, right? Because they are everywhere. They're so rampant. I feel like in this current state of the game, it's been kind of like a resurgence of the Fubuki and Suiseis. Not only because of the characters, the players themselves, right? When you come to Vickers, come to Keyboard Noah, have been leveling up. But man, are they everywhere. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, pulling up. Definitely a well-represented character here in NA. We're running into our first mirror of the evening, but definitely not our last. Lock back down onto the ground off of the Marine off collab. And able to find another hit here for Vicarous.
Yes, full on gotcha gaming as they're letting rip on the projectiles, fishing for those SSRs. Vicarous fishing for that DP as they're able to bait it, get the punish, carry it to the corner. This is a massive position to be in.
Run up for the grab, but it's still not enough. Oh, we tried to call the off collab, but it's a mash out on the 2L. Keeps you alive for just a little bit longer. Spend that super chat meter on the dead angle and try and fight back with the fireballs.
Yeah, it just finds that poke punish on the challenge on the top two for Victor's to go up round one. I noticed that decision from Keyboard Noah a lot. They like to spin the Marine just to cover the neutral game. They're not really looking for a hit. They're just looking for you to be locked down to cover space.
Exactly. Maybe give themselves a little bit of room to breathe as well, saying, all right, I get to hold these plus frames. Life is good. Oh, we pick up off the UOH as well. Keyboard Noah, such a clean round in return.
Massive. Yeah, these two go back and forth for such a long time. Like on all iterations of Fubuki, these two have probably played the mirror extensively. So they're gonna be very comfortable with each other's tendencies and just all that good stuff.
All right, burst out. You tried to take the space with the fireball, but fireball's not working out on either side. It really is a 50-50 in the mirror. We find another hit for Vicarous. So ahead on the HP. Not enough. Oh, no, you dropped the combo. The falling button is well off the tech, but we bait out the super. Vicarous with a clean kill for game one.
Man, oh man. Hey Vicky, you're so icky. It's phenomenal how your reads are oh so sticky. Able to bait out two of those reversals in order to get the massive damage punish. Vicarous on a roll right now with the game one over Keyboard Noah.
Yeah, being able to stick around and hold on strong, even after the whiffed EX Fireball, you're like, oh, maybe that's a meter down the drain. Maybe that I'm going to live to regret that. But especially with such a big health lead, right? Able to hold on to the corner.
Okay, Keyboard Noah trying to apply the pressure. Beautiful poke out there from Vicarous, just the call out on the gap.
I'm realizing now, I'm looking at these palettes, the players didn't even have the wherewithal to play palettes that have different colored hair on the Fubuki. It's the double white, but, you know, one of them is in the white outfit, one of them in the navy blue. Keyboard Noah trying to bring us over to that game number 3, and at least we have the corner carry for a clean round 1. Should be a clean confirm, I say, but the commentator Curse of Ra once again activates.
All right, yeah, Keyboard Noah not being deterred by some of the defensive tendencies of Vicarous, just applying the pressure and really trying to get the job done.
Go stagger into the 2M. That's burst out. Really wants to hold on to the momentum early for Keyboard Noah.
Man, just right before landing, popping that top two, it could be a risky action to do, but Vicarous just having the read on Keyboard Noah's approach, knowing that they want to challenge the landing, and respect me.
Yep. Ooh, with the 2L, you thought it would be a drop on the meaty. Still able to find just another one. 2M, 2L once again.
Man, look at the combo damage from here. Finds a knockdown strike throw situation. Just, yeah, going on the fuzzy timing. Just like, do you want to do it? Do you want to match DP? They're like, nah, I'm chilling. All right, hold the throw.
The strike versus the throw, the hug versus the toe. The 2L brings us right over to a potential final round. The Vicarous up on the HP, up on the meter as well.
All right, it's now or never here for Keyboard Noah. Vicarous has been applying pressure now. Even like spinning that burst, that did not have anything to do with damage, had everything to do with positioning. They want to make sure Keyboard Noah's locked down in the corner.
Exactly. Trying to keep you locked down in the corner with the EXDP. Universal overhead not going to work out here, but EXDP once again.
We are gambling out here.
Ooh, okay, dead angle out.
Fireball word. He didn't give it time to throw SSI. Oh my god, the neutral burst from Keyboard Noah, so they actually get 4 resources, but it doesn't matter. Just clipped out.
See you next time.
There we go, the trade on the fireballs. It's exactly what you need. The Fubuki mirror, one can move on, and one's got to go out at number 7. The end of a run of a lifetime for Keyboard Noah here. Out at 7th place, but still able to make it into the top 8 against such a stacked bracket over here at Idol Showdown Vortex Gallery 2024. Definitely a placing to hang your hat on, but Vicarous is going to move on against Violent Golfer in that loser's quarters.
Yeah, so funny that the bracket kind of worked out this way to where Vigorous, Keyboard, Noah, and Violent Golf are all on the same side of losers. Pretty much all three of them have extensive matchup knowledge against each other in that mirror.
Yep.
So.
Exactly. Definitely some looking for games grinders over here, but the experience, only one of them can win out. But also a couple of regulars that I'm sure you guys are excited to see. The other side of our losers top 8. We got Aqua Dynasty versus Skylight, which, like we mentioned earlier, is going to be that Ayame versus Suisse.
Yep. Yeah, Aqua Dynasty, the lone Ayame representative within this top 8. And I would say would be someone that you would consider a favorite within this top 8, right? Or just within the tournament, just because of how you know, they've been a grinder, and just like having the prominence that as they do on this character is somebody I would expect to see on the winner side. But yeah, fell to losers earlier, courtesy of Keyboard Noah, so they're kind of trudging through the losers bracket to try to get through. And I don't think this is an easy opponent that they have in front of them. You know, Skylight, one of our prominent Suisse players, so really going to be interesting to see who comes out on top here. As yeah, I can't call it. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen a little bit of shakiness earlier from Skylight as I think they were kind of warming up. But once the muscle memory kicked back in, we see the strength of Suisse, right? You know, she gets that knockdown. All of a sudden, she's charging up Orb Oki on you. The Comet is rapidly approaching your location. You're like, I gotta guess high-low with this big-ass projectile, you know, just pulling up here, threatening my life. Can be a little terrifying, especially with 2M holding down that space control. But we're back in Aki's bar once again for the other side of losers top 8.
Let's get it.
Yeah, pretty passive from the round start here. The walk back into 2M. Straight confirmed. Now we're just trying to find something here off the block string. 6H Tetramino command grab. And now we set the orb.
Yeah, it's getting scooped up by these command grabs time and time again. Aqua Dynasty finally able to find a way out. So these buttons, big combo. We already know what the vibes are when it comes to Aqua Dynasty. Confirm. We're gonna go corner to corner. If we had the route, would have been corner to corner to Ghost Oki. Did end up dropping it, unfortunately.
Yeah, at least the knockdown wasn't too bad. Able to, you know, get Ghost Oki off of the scramble, but here we go. First out on both sides. Pretty early on into the round, really trying to fight for it, especially with a little bit of meter behind it.
Ooh, yeah, Ghost popped in the middle. I think that's gonna end up making this fatal. Yep.
Oof. Scaling be damned, the early pop, and now it's round number 1 to Aqua Dynasty.
Yeah, get on Aqua in order to stabilize that combo mid Ghost Pop 2. I think that's something that can kind of mess up your routing. Oh, Skylight is insane for pulling out these demons out of nowhere, dude. I am not ready for it each time jump scare happens.
Exactly. Skylight is a Misatsu enjoyer, I'll tell you that much. You get the corner off of it, even off of the hit, the mash out from Aqua Dynasty, it's not enough to escape. Ooh. Stagger on the 5L, didn't believe. Got the Tetramino once again, Meaty off the orb.
Oh yeah, that movement gotta be completely neutralized here for Aqua Dynasty, courtesy of the Marine collab haul.
Yep. There we go, Super Jack cancel. Unhand me. Oh my god, we're trying to outspace the ghosts. There you go, floating to the top of the screen. We're big chilling now.
Oh no!
Bait out the EXDP 6H starter, but barely needed any damage to be able to seal out the round.
Jambo not working out here. Lariat working out big time for Skylight. Gonna be able to have the counter confirm, push into the corner, setting up shop with that big ol' Comet. Time to guess, I would imagine.
Clean, we have Super Chat cancel as well, just to get a charged up orb.
High-low.
Hit an overhead. Oh no, instead UOH.
Oh, the spacing. That was beautiful there from Skylight. Run up throw, recognizing the hesitant Aqua Dynasty game plan. Just 2M super. First to maintain the spacing, and another demon out of nowhere.
Raging Idol. You see 2 meter on the board for Skylight. You see 1 game on the board as well.
See you next stream.
I don't know what to say. This is the most I've seen
Victory.
the Raging Idol in like 1.5 years. Like in this, just in this bracket, it goes insane.
Listen, yeah, Skylight just making phenomenal use of that change that allows for that technique to be used at any given time, right? It is such a threat. It honestly plays into her game plan so well too, right? Because then you're just like, man, if they have 2 bars, should I just be like jumping? And then it's just like, I mean, bruh, if you want to jump, I got the lariat, bro. I can keep you in check. I have so many options. It just makes me such a threat within the neutral game.
Exactly. We stagger off the 5L, but we still find the match out for Skylight. The escape, yup, the run under dab behind the back.
Oh, finishes the Rekka. Thought they would stabilize off the anti-air hit. That was not the case. Leaves an opening as Skylight will be able to hit yet again. I actually like that. Not doing the full combo. That was so calculated. This entire sequence. Just keeping it burst save. My gosh, can Skylight make a mistake?
Oh my god, the only mistake we can call it is maybe not picking up off of some of those, you know, baits and confirms, but still playing so well off the scramble. 3 good offensive reads back to back. That was 3 rounds in a row. Skylight just needs 1 more for that loser's quarter spot.
Man, Skylight is taking up real estate space in Aqua Dynasty's head. Of course, letting that reversal run free so Aqua Dynasty can try to escape from the mental mind games here as Skylight is pushed to this quarter now. Another one.
That's like 4 Masatsus in 1 set. That's 8 meter off of this single move. But not only that, it gets to a pickup in the corner. Big chillin'. We wanted that side swap so bad, but still not going to be able to take the round for it.
Right, yeah, kind of Aqua Dynasty's last stand here. It is 1-0. Skylight 1 round away from moving on. Has the pop burst early. Not a good look, but it could be made better if Aqua Dynasty is able to capitalize off this.
Yeah, there was no catch off the Oni flip. I like the walk back to M, but walking back a little too far. Gave up so much space, and now we got to hold these ghosts.
Quality, just mash out there from Skylight. Yeah, we're gonna get the run under yet again. We've seen it so many times here, but the drop combo we have not seen so many times. Skylight needs to keep their eyes on the road.
Yeah, we're seeing the stamina wear away. So many good defensive reads, but finally the EXDP is clean on the comment call.
And what a clean 2H confirm here from Aqua Dynasty, able to stabilize magnificently on the spacing and find a kill nonetheless. We're tied up 1-1.
Keep it simple, keep it clean. Maybe Sora might be able to make his way off of Destiny Island at this rate. We're going to game number 3. Taking a second here, right? Because both of these games, I want to say they've been so back and forth, but honestly, game 1 was dominant for Skylight. The same could be said of Aqua Dynasty in game number 2, so let's see it.
Yeah, I feel like Skylight just kind of got a little bit mentally ahead of themselves there with that last game, right? They were in such a phenomenal position, right? You're about to set up Oki, Aqua Dynasty in the corner, you have 1 more round to win, and did some of the attack from beginning of the show. Such a polar opposite of what we saw in the first round in that previous game, where they was just completely in Aqua Dynasty's head.
There we go, another side swap off of the 5M, but it's gonna work out here. Yeah, we get the super jack cancel for a little bit extra damage here. I think we built up the 2 bar, but right, we got all the jump loops over for the corner. Probably trying to save up some EX as well.
Yeah, I couldn't quite find the ender, but it's all good. The chip will get the job done. Aqua Dynasty having some signs of life. You know, Skylight giving into Aqua Dynasty, trying to take a mile and run the marathon here for the loser's bracket.
Ooh, run up. Oh, I thought we baited out the EXDP, but it's going to work out well. The empty Oni flip for the frame kill. First out from Skylight.
Back. All right. It's a jump scare to me, too, as a commentator, bro. I'm just trying to, like, predict what can happen. How can I predict the unpredictable?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, the players don't know. I think Skylight just, it flashes in their brain, like, it's time. It's time to send it spaced out off of the comment call. All right, pull up for the grab. JS from downtown 2M to the Psycho Axe. Once again, we're on set point.
Here you go. This is for all the Jenna marbles here. Who's going to be able to take it? We see them building up resources, trying to get some of those. Oh, that's a burst bait here from Skylight. That's actually huge.
Hey, defensive reads, the delays coming off from Aqua Dynasty. We're able to bring back that game number 2, but Skylight catches up to the cadence once again. So much meter on both sides, full super chat available, so it's a clean high-low threat coming out from Skylight off of this next knockdown.
We gotta guess. Let's go gambling. Okay, blocks the instant overhead. Might not be over yet. Yeah, run up command throw. Gonna get Oki for this as well. Actually, set the Abe call for the OTG for extra damage on the side. IB for your life, or let the reversal whip.
Oh, there you go. IB to try and take your turn back. Scary off the super chat cancel. I'm scared. We're about to build up that second meter for a jump scare on a ground pound, but the unhand me with the fan. The 2L for the 2-1 Skylight moves on to losers quarterfinals against Aaron Cube.
There it is. Skylight able to make it happen. Just, man, yeah, that burst bait in the final game was super pivotal, right? You get to land that quarter combo, really kind of recreating the situation that we saw in game 2, right? Where Skylight had to drop and it just kind of got all out of control. This time they were able to really get the redemption and get that full combo, get that full situation, and really capitalize on what an advantageous situation that was to be in. Skylight moving on. Fantastic stuff.
Being able to bring it right back. The big momentum switch in that second game, I think, can be terrifying, right? Where you're like, oh, I'm working out so well. I had set point, but I was able to drop it even off of such a good situation. That can definitely get in the mental. And even when you're playing so well, it can be so difficult to try and get over. But good on Skylight to move on to that losers quarters. And now, an update on our bracket. Of course, Wazim and Library waiting and sitting pretty in the winners finals. We've got to set up this losers semi first. And now we got Violent Golfer versus Vicarous fighting it out for, I think, our final Fubuki mirror of the evening. And Aaron Cube versus Skylight. It could be the Aki, it could be the Coco, but we're definitely going to be seeing the Suisei on the other side.
Yes, whittling down the top 8 to a top 6 here. A powerful 6, that is. But we're going to be hopping over to the loser side first. Violent Golfer Vicarous. Another Fubuki mirror. Love to see it. But, man, all 3 of them, honestly, have had breakout performances within this bracket. Especially if you want to go by, like, seeding purposes, right? Yeah. None of the 3 of them were seeded to make top 8, right? And then they're all here. Unfortunately, they all have to like fight each other to see how far they could potentially take it. But really, just incredible performances that all 3 of these players have been able to implement in tonight's bracket.
Yeah, absolutely locking in. Whether it's the perfect spacing for Tatsus to get through some of these projectiles, whether it's keeping on the aggression on a character that normally feels so comfortable about keeping you away and at bay. You know, it is a shame that they have to run into each other on this side, but it's still sick that they all made it into this top 8. We're going to see the graphic. I'm going to see like 3 quote tweets that are like, oh, the Fubuki, not a Shoto incident of 2024, nerf J2H, and, you know, various characters littered in between. But hey, that's how these things go. Losers quarters, we're going to be seeing it as soon as Violent Golfer and Vicarous are all ready to go.
Yep, I believe I may have them here, so we'll get them up and going started shortly.
You know what you know what Vicarous said? He said, it's not fair. Violent Golfer is VG. We're at Vortex Gallery. He's competing in VG. That's VG squared, man. Like, I have no chance. It's okay. You developed the game. You understand. You've seen it at its code base. But we're pulling up here a couple base characters. Fubuki versus Fubuki, the second mirror in a row. Violent Golfer versus Vicarous for that losers quarters.
They both started with 5
the hive mind is crazy, man. Nerf J2H! I can't believe it, the flap.
All right, here we go. Into the corner we go. Kick pressure, yeah, just staggering away. Vicarous has been so threatening once they have their kind of offensive game plan running. Violent Golfer not being afraid, gonna be popping the burst to try to get a second chance here.
Yeah. Fireball, quadruple, quintuple. Oh, send it with the SSR, looking for a little extra frame advantage here, but using it to just slowly walk you down back into the corner. I say, we jump back, gave a little space, but now you're locked down with the Marian assist.
Vicarous, run up, throw energy, and really able to establish that courtesy of the Marine, right? Kind of influencing your movement. So, why? He started with the same route start again.
These dudes are devious, man. They're not even playing to win. They're playing to have the most fun possible. I can't hate on them for that, but super cancel. But beautiful reaction on the flash EXDP for EXDP. And there's still so much meter in the bank for more.
All right. Oh, clutch. Yeah, that is going to make contact. Was a little bit hesitant on trying to establish a pressure scenario or potential combo after that. Rightfully so, given the spacing.
Ooh, yeah, the drop on the time stop. Yes, they're able to get the slow, but yeah, I can really make some of those combos really tricky. And the elbow off of the armor. There we go. That's the round.
Surely they won't do it a third time. All right, chat. It's over. It's
God,
over, y'all.
I can't stand these Fubuki players, man.
You know, I guess it's just a handshake, right? All right, let's have a good, clean round.
Yeah, keep it simple, right? Why do we have to go through all these layers? We just gotta trade. It's the cinematic intros here for the double Fubuki. It's a burst to keep the corner too.
Ooh, Universal overhead with the Marine Star call in. Unfortunately, couldn't get close enough for the 2H confirmation.
Dude, we keep going for the thruple hugs as well, right? Marine getting the legs. We got you pulling up here on the toes. And now we jump back, trying to bait out the armor, but no punish.
Yeah, he's big chillin'. Vigorous can have the cycle of win condition they could potentially do here, right? I had a feeling they were gonna pop Marine for one of them. So just to establish some pressure, cover some ground.
Trying to hold on to the ground right now. You see that SSR, you're like, I'm not trying to fight against that.
Yeah, it's a battle of resources here, right? Violent Golfer has that Ame time stop available. Gonna spin it at the perfect time for the anti-air. That was so clutch!
Oh my god, the call-in on the Ame, that was such an insane counter-assist call. You know when you have the pressure of that Marion just walking up on you, you want to run up, your opponent is going to be preemptive about the jump. So good ideas coming out from Vigorous, but Violent Golfer one more step ahead, looking for the whiff punish on that anti-air 2H and finds the kill of their own. What a way to end game number 1.
Indeed. Yeah, a beautiful thing that I love about this game as it's been refined over time is that you see less and less of like the playstyle of I want to build my collab and my collab is my game plan, right? My collab is my win condition, right? It's more of a collabs are kind of like a cherry on top to what you're trying to implement with your point. But in those low light sequences where you could die off any hit, you saw both of them just kind of tending back to that. Just like it's really scary to approach. I'd rather have my collab do it for me, and that's how Violent Golfer was able to elevate the mind game and find that perfect timed Ame call. That was really cool.
Exactly, able to overcome even with such a big resource deficit. Now, trying to even up the HP deficit right now for Violent Golfer.
Oh my god, power block.
Count on the 5M.
Oh no!
Damn, the walk back baits out the EXDP a meter down the drain. Vigorous. Oh man.
Yeah, despite the invulnerability that DP does have, it does not reach very far horizontally, right? So it can be kind of simple to bait out in some of those sequences. Got to be really careful with the spots that you pick.
That was stagger off the lights. The front of the armor is scary as well. Tried to find something off of the Tatsu, but there was no fireball to be found. It's the walk back, full punish, but runs right into the burst. Tried to EX cancel into something to avoid the ground pound, but EXDP is still waiting.
Up stagger pressure yet again. Victor is going to be able to tie it up in rounds. All right, chat. Would you Fubuki round start for $100?
Nah, they're doing it for free. They're doing it for the love of the game. 5M once again, Fubuki round start. Stagger off the lights. UOH off of the flash, but again, we tried to find that pickup off of the 2H so many times, but it's not gonna work. No, Tatsu was probably not what you're looking for off of the block Tatsu. It's okay, the turn right back after the ground pound.
Tatsu back in, EX project. Oh no, what happened there? Vigorous just kind of panicked.
Yeah. Push down the drain. Unfortunate, but it's okay. At least it's last round.
Trying to build some resources back. Dash under 2H. Ayo.
Vigorous might be crazy with it. Tries to catch the approach, and instead the jump over is fine to taking the corner for it. EXDP. So much super jack cancel available, but we send it off of the Ime time stop.
Yeah, Violent Golfer so starved for a win condition at this point, right? Yeah, just anything can do it in terms of chip. You have no meter, you have no star collab meter as well, so gotta be falling down. Vigorous will be able to tie it up 1-1. Only one Fubuki can move on.
Say hi to the viewers.
Bringing it down to that final game, the final showdown. Who's going to be the Fubuki rep fighting it out in that lose-lose semis? Only one way to find out.
The ultimate showdown of Fubuki Destiny upon us.
Walk it out. Oh yeah, the projectile priority on the SSR, but still not able to get too much off of it.
And the defensive game being played here. Yeah, Vigorous recognized I'm getting a little bit too close to the corner. I'm a jump, amigo. Perfectly timed there as well as they swap sides.
Scary off of the stagger, but we find the escape from Violent Golfer. Trying to hold on to the meter as best we can. Oh, but we're going to spend it for the confirmed kill off of the super. Knows that Vigorous has that dog in them, so really just trying to confirm lethal where we have it.
Right, yeah, this puts Violent Golfer at potential game point.
Why am I saying ooh? I knew it was going to happen. It was the 5M trade. Why am I surprised at this point? Oh, okay. The jump cancel might have had an opportunity to burst bait, but didn't believe that would be a delay from Vigorous. Okay. Again, another reaction to the super chat cancel. I like these EXDPs coming out reactively, and the bait, the weight on the Tatsu as well. Now it's 2L punish.
This will be the beginning of the end here. It's going to be up to Vigorous. Oh my god, the drop probably just ends up creating an overall scramble. Not ready for the anti-air. Violent Golfer going to take full advantage of that one. 2-1 over Vigorous, and will be the Fubuki that rises out supreme over the Fubuki Gauntlet deathmatch that was a loser's bracket.
So clean that entire set. Only one Fubuki bro could make it through. But right at the end there, that scramble, the drop on the fireball still finds the hit. Doesn't confirm into the 2H, but no check on the jump cancel because the play has been so clean the entire set. Why are we thinking, oh yeah, you're just going to jump cancel empty off of a 2H? Like, you know, the last thing you're expecting on that last hit scenario. That is going to be Violent Golfer. Moving on into loser semis. And now we got to find their opponent. Aaron Cube versus Skylight here. So it's Suisei versus either the Aki or the Coco.
Yes, we will have to see. Gonna go ahead and get this gamer set up shortly. Yeah, that last scenario that happened between Violent Golfer and Vigorous, like this, one thing to keep in mind, this game is so fast, right? It's like not like in terms of just like rounds or like set length, but actual game speed, right? So when those scrambles kind of happen, they happen like in real time, and it can be really hard to mentally keep up. So when you need to all of a sudden be ready for an anti-air in a situation that you didn't expect it, you know, you hit those anti-airs 10 out of 10 when you're looking for it, but when you're expecting something completely different and like the game speed kind of catches up with you, the mental stack is crazy. Like,
yeah, the mental stack, especially at the end of the round, you made it to game 3, it's last hit, you're just like, I just want to live, man. I just want to play it out safe and find some way to escape the corner. But man, making it out at 5th place again at a stacked Vortex Gallery 2024, something to hang your hat on for sure. But we got to find the other 5th placer here as we make our way through this top 8. Aaron Cube versus Skylight. It looks like they're ready over here in the lobby.
Yeah, Aaron Cube didn't seem too enthused about having to fight either Ayame or Suisei, so... and also interestingly about Aaron Cube, I think they've been playing Coco the entire time. I haven't even seen them on Aki yet. They did kind of imply that it is something they still play based off an answer they gave me in chat earlier about them running Coco and Botan, but I'll be interested if we see the Aki come out to play at all. It's been the Coco show.
Yeah, and I'm checking over in the chat as well. Aaron giving us a little bit of intel on the character pick. He's like, sweet Aki sucks. It's going to be Coco. Now, we're kind of waiting in the lobby a little bit, so I don't know if this is like a mental game, trying to see if Skylight looks over at the chat, gets baited with the mental, the mental trickery. But no, it is going to be the Coco versus Suisei. We're running on into it for our other side of Losers Quarters.
They're honest. Aaron Cube, that is. I'm not saying that about Coco. I would never, but...
We would never call the grappler honest. Not in our idol showdown, but... as we buffer in for this other side, let's see it. Oh my god, the walkback sweep has been working out really well for Aaron Cube in a lot of these sets.
Yeah, trying to dig in deep with early momentum on that run-up command throw, just no dice. We'll give the Skylight the much-needed gap that they need in order to get their game plan started. We've seen Skylight really snowball off of these small little openings. You'd be so careful what you give this player the ticket to do.
Oh no, tried to go for Fire Breath into the EX, caught out in the super chat cancel. But Aaron Cube, yeah, off of the tail whip. That's the burst out. Says no. I see that super chat. I'm not trying to eat this extra damage. 4-8. The EX orb locked down. No need to worry about the Iroha slashing at the skies above you when you're controlling the ground space so well.
Yeah, tail whip opener here from Aaron Cube yet again. That's been a constant that's been really kind of giving people a lot of trouble here. Something you got to be careful about against Coco. Is it over? Not quite. Gotta guess. Man, I thought Skylight was one of our younger players in the player base here. They're not reacting to these cartwheel tosses. What's going on here?
That's what I'm saying. You know, there's something to be said of the young man reactions, but there's also something to be said of being a little too green, right? You don't have the experience maybe against the Coco that you might like, but you know, we try and slash on through with the 236L. Nothing found. Now we're holding on to the frame trap fire breath.
Oh boy, yeah, it's really adding up. You have to be so careful. Okay, here comes Skylight. Dash under.
Yep.
We'll provide for an opportunity to get that well-refined Oki that we've seen time and time again. Aaron Cube will have to guess on the high-low.
Yeah, we definitely have to super chat for it off of the cancel. Oh no, caught up on the instant high. And it doesn't matter if we side swap because we got all the meter in the world for lethal. Game number 1 over to Skylight. Send it with our Raging Idol.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Skylight just picking the spots extremely well. One key button that I hate from Suisei, but it's really showing its head a lot within this matchup is 2M. She has this super long reaching gunshot that controls so much of the space, and usually it's something that you have to keep in mind in neutral. Skylight's been utilizing it within Coco's pressure as well, where Aaron keeps trying to do like these far range cancels off a tail, and Skylight's just like, nah, stop that. It's just like a huge check that's really kind of making Aaron Cube second guess.
And then Aaron Cube was right on the run-up command grab, but wrong on the spacing, just a pixel too far away. Now it's the side swap and the punish coming up from Skylight. Yeah, when I was, reading some of the patch notes for Suisei, 2M has always been a demon button, right? I think for, folks playing against this character. And then I saw they made it just a little bit faster. I'm like, oh no. But the burst, pretty brave coming out from Skylight, right? You have the corner situation. It's a couple good hits, maybe even 3 from Aaron Cube. Yeah, we see the jump back. Didn't quite fit out the burst.
Oh! Wait a minute, yeah, able to get the full confirmation. So Skylight not only bursted, they gold bursted. So they got like full resources on the collab meter, let it all fly, and had the perfect reads in order to take down Aaron Cube. That was impressive.
Absolutely insane. Anybody else would have disagreed with the burst, but the 2-2L to try to find the side swap. Oh my god. Yeah, really trying to keep this corner. Now you can't even jump out of the grab. Going for the dead angle just to try and escape the situation. I like it.
Bro, Skylight just suddenly playing out of their mind right now. Dash under to get back into the corner. Aaron Cube will potentially have to guess for game. It depends. The burst plays a lot into it. Coco's help plays a lot into it. It's a scary situation nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm wondering if even if you're able to get the hit, especially off of the scaling, didn't even have to worry about the Oki. Just swap up the visual stimulus just a little bit. 2-2L for the short hop and 2M for the long reach. Skylight takes it 2-0.
There it is. Skylight going to be moving on throughout the losers bracket with that Suisei. And we'll set up the canon battle of Fubuki and Suisei players within the loser semis between Val and Golfer and Skylight. Two players that I would have to chime in and say have seen a ton of growth throughout the past year, working their way up to top 4 of this stacked bracket. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, you said Fubuki versus Suisei, and I immediately just thought of Buzz versus Lightyear. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. Some very well-represented characters down in the loser semis, but taking out some absolute titans on the way. Violent Golfer takes it over Vicarous. Skylight takes it over Aaron Cube. But our players in the winners finals have been sitting pretty, so patient, watching along with the action. So we're going to be heading up back to that winner's side and our first to 3. Wazim versus Library to see who gets that grand finals winner's side.
Yep, that will be it, and it'll be a good one. I really feel like these 2 players out of like the upper echelon of Idol Showdown North American players have maybe played against each other the least, like in a tournament setting, because Wazim hasn't really played offline. They're mostly known for like the online capabilities, and Library on the other end of the spectrum every now and then enters online stuff, usually the bigger online things, right?
Yeah.
And is definitely known for some of their offline capabilities as well. So I know they played each other before. It's just that like in terms of like overall like matchup scope, and especially within this version of the game, I think it's really gonna be intriguing to see how they navigate this first 3 scenario.
Yeah, let's see. It gives you a little bit more room to adapt, a little bit more room to kind of not only warm up the muscle memory, but remember how a certain player's play style is, see how we kind of navigate and leverage that risk reward as we go back and forth between the layers. But Bakura versus Botan, not a matchup that I think we get to see super often, right? We're talking down to the loser side, Fubuki versus Suisei. If you go into any bracket, you have a pretty good chance of seeing it, right? A couple characters that have some pretty clear game plans and are definitely pretty popular, especially in the NA player base. But Botan, can't really say that much. You know, can't really say the same of her in terms of representation. Same kind of for Pekra. Yes, we talk about Bob over in JP having such good results, but overall, the representation of both of these characters, not too crazy. So I'm excited to see it. Winners finals, our first of 3, Wazim versus Library.
There it is. Both players already guaranteed in the money, trying to maximize the dollar in that match pot. Exclamation point mastery in the chat. We still got 22 codes left to claim. Claim them when you can. Maybe after a quick intermission from this match, because you don't want to miss this winners finals action. Library and Watson.
Yep. Ooh, there we go. Universal overhead right off the grenade. Oh, no. Yeah, maybe trying to bait out the burst there from Wazim, but opts to just hold onto it and take that free escape back over to the mid screen.
Yeah, and so the key thing about Pekra is that although she has some projectiles and she has some ways to be able to flip the screen, it's from a close range. She doesn't have like a traditional full screen projectile, right? So it's gonna actually put a lot of pressure on Wazim to keep Pekra within her distances, because the more that Library is like doing that backdash and creating that space and relying on the gunshots, Pekra will actually kind of struggle doing anything.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there we go. 4H for the poke out. Trying to play this double projectile game here. Set out the grenade. Catch on the jump over.
Yeah, you see that like Wazim just simply trying to build some type of resource, right? Do something in a neutral game RPG, and anytime it's from like that distance where it's gonna whiff, Library is just like, nope, I'm gonna do gunshot, right? Like, you gotta hold the punish, bro.
Yeah, trying to be very proactive about the jump overs with the grenades so you don't have time to anti-air. Just chilling out on the 4Hs, but a little bit too passive, a little too reactive. Now Library is pulling up for these throws.
Okay. Oh man, does find the proper burst timing. So yeah, reset back to that neutral game. That's the thing about burst in this game against some of the full screen centric characters. Look at this confirm with the Muna. Wazim recognizing that death was imminent. They're gonna set up a Muna of their own.
Oh my god, the double jump scare off of the Psycho Axe. There we go, and the shopping cart is what we need. Blue TNT meaty B-Jam. Take to the skies, but we're still able to reach all the way up there off the bazooka. Game 1 to Library.
That's game 1 to Library, and I would say a pretty convincing one as well. There's going to be multiple nuances of the neutral game that I feel like Wazim needs to solve here, right? They need to keep the matchup up close by any means necessary. But the main point of contention of what they're going to try to do that with is Muna, right? But how do you spin Muna if you can't build resources? Because every time you use one of your main resource building tools, you're getting sniped.
There we go, the gunshots are out, the dual pistols, but we got the bazooka to challenge the grenade. Oh, spaced out off of the haunted hands.
Alright, keep the fight up close here. Universal overhead pressure here from Library. Grenade gonna be able to catch the landing. The pressure continues.
Ooh, okay, chill out on the grenade. I like the attempt to try and counter zone with the bazooka, but instead caught out by Library. Clean confirmed the double grenades looking for the chip.
Good IB there from Wazim, because if there's no IB, my man was hella dead. That was a disgusting chip setup.
I'm saying, man. Spend the super chat, send that HP down the drain. Library seeming pretty commanding here.
2H, okay. Find the overhead. Library finding that clutch burst timing yet again. Gosh, it gotta feel so frustrating if you're Wazim here. These bursts just resetting you back to the neutral game that you work so hard to overcome.
All right, 5M, pull up with the Hellbreaker, but it's so tricky. This character is so good about maintaining the exact spacing that she's looking for. And right into the grenade once again.
You need to be so careful here, right? I was just about to say, that Muna is ready, and Wazim has been bursting this time and time again. Gotta guess, man, just went for the empty jump low. There was no spin dash to be had. Burst, trying to show any signs of life. He gets chipped away. Library up 2 now.
This man cannot be stopped, man. He is moving and grooving. 5M, you know, these retreating normals as well. It's like, Wazim, I think, is doing a good job of trying to look for, you know, counter zoning with the RPGs, but the timing, a lot of times being caught out by Library.
Yeah, I was actually going to mention, I know that Wazim was originally a Corona player, right? And they do have a couple of secondaries. They have a Fubuki as well. I think now is the time, right? This is, you mentioned that this is a matchup that we don't see very often, which is very true. Like, it's really only when these two are playing, and as I said earlier, we don't get to see them play a lot in a tournament setting, so this potentially coming across some roadblocks that they didn't know were there. That Pekra Botan matchup seems like pretty, I'm not gonna say it's a bad matchup, but it seems pretty difficult to overcome if you're not ready for it when you have such direct shutdown to your RPG gameplay. So it will be the Fubuki that's coming out here for Wazin to try to bring it back.
Yeah, I think feeling pretty uncomfortable about trying to play the zoning versus zoning wars, instead goes, all right, you know, I had the Coronet before. If I got a Shodo, I got a different Shodo, right? The Fubuki in the pocket here, Tatsu to try and threaten through the projectiles, but Library, you know, I'm sure has run into a few, warmed up against it in this bracket itself. Wazim, how good is the muscle memory right now?
Just looking for answers here. Look for the run up. She is just ducking underneath that prone position. Right in time for Black Ops 6. Library popping off, guns a-blazing, trying to blaze straight into that grand finals winner's side. One round away from doing it.
Okay, jumps right over the low snipe. Oh, and the armor right through, but it's too far for the 2H. Oh, okay.
Oh my god, get it,
the sniper, but don't punish off the 5M.
Yeah, just can't get in proper spacing in order to get it.
Slide, demon flip.
Chipping away, Library. Not even really trying to bother with the IDs, right? They're just maximizing on the resources, looking for the way out of here.
Yeah, I like these challenges on the super chat cancels as well. The backdash, just barely able to stay out of range of the 5H. But it's finally the run up throw. Wazim realizing we're playing too reactive, too defensive in the corner. So finally a little bit of space taken, but a little bit of space fought right back to the Muna jump scare.
Yeah, I think Library was trying to keep that relatively safe, potentially, if there was going to be any type of reversal from Wazim. Wazim did not bite. Now Library sitting so pretty on the life lead here. Needs to be careful at the left side of the screen for the corner. Ame call, free neutral. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, it's scary. We've got a good amount of chip. We're playing for the Pringles right now, but now we're brought over into the corner, and it's one touch apiece. We gave him so much space for it. Now Wazim does have lethal, the 5M right through the Tatsu, but didn't believe in the hit.
Oh my god, this is so tense. 13 seconds on the clock. Yeah, Library has been IBing this entire time. Maybe they start IBing right now and looking for the gap. Perfectly timed elbow room there for Wazin.
Okay, there we go. Now we swing with the 5Ms. Couple SSRs in the back pocket.
Okay, yeah, back dashing away. There it is, that good old tried and true Muna confirm. Stayed same side. Maybe mistimed it a little bit there. Wazin was just able to jump out cleanly.
Yep. Okay, double roll. The fireball just goes right above. Oh, there we go. Finally able to find the run of 5H, or 5M rather, but didn't get the clean connection to the launcher.
All right, and versus Wazim's final stand. Doesn't have the life lead, but has a very good situational advantage here. Library back up against the wall. Again, Botan not really known for some of her reversal techniques. There's like two shopping cart and things of that sort. Look at all the damage. No burst available either.
Just chipping away at the HP. I don't even think off of the next hit you're able to build up burst as well, so lethal's on the table here for Wazim.
Yeah, but on the end of the spectrum, of course, Wazim doesn't really have that burst necessary or available as well. Any mistake could potentially be fatal on their end. This is such a tense situation to be in. The throw tech.
Oh my god, we have seen like no throw techs this entire stream. It's not a reactable kind of thing to go for. You have to be so preemptive about it. But Library with the 4H, the Muna for the pickup, and the grenades behind the back. We confirm the chip kill with the double grenade, shopping carts, and Library rolls his way on through to Grand Finals winner's side.
Such a messed up chip setup, man, because you can obviously really delay the timing in which some of those projectiles hit, whether it be the grenade or whatever it is, and then you have the shopping cart on top of that. Like, IBing that defensively has to be a pain, especially when you're just on the verge of, like, if you mess up, you're going to die. So a very smart strategy for Library to pull out when the situation required it. They will be in your winners finals as we hop back over to the loser side.
Yep, our final first to two of the evening. Some Fubuki versus Suisei action. We got Violin Golfer versus Skylight here, fighting it out. Right. Coming up at the end here of our top 8 for Idol Showdown, but of course you see that link over there in the chat. Make sure to claim the rest of those codes. We got 22 remaining. I know we have enough of you guys in chat to pull up and claim the rest of that free money from Matcherino. You can log in with any of your social media. Pull up if you got Twitch, if you got Discord, if you got Twitter, formerly known as X. Wait, actually, that's the other way around. If you got, I don't know, Dig, you got Friendster, I'm sure you can pull up and claim some free money for these gamers. So a free 25 cents at no cost to your own wallet. Make sure to claim those codes. We're going to get you that losers semis in just a second.
Friendster, man. Do they know about Friendster in the chat? I don't know.
That's a great question. We're talking about, you know, some of these gamers, some of these idol showdowners being a little bit on the younger side. So maybe I bring it up and they're just like, do you mean like, I can't even think of another site that sounds so similar. It's either you know it or you don't kind of deal, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. I was just like the throwback, but I appreciate it, Jesu. I appreciate it.
I got you. We got to go for the deep cut sometimes while we wait for this loser semis.
I have them locked and loaded, ready to go. We're going to jump straight into it. Loser semi, Skylight versus Violin Golfer. Amazing runs for both these players. One of them going to be cut short here as they're fighting for a 4th place.
All right, once again, back to the Aki bar. Big chillin' as that Suisei versus Fubuki once again pulls up here. We've seen it once, we've seen it 1,000 times. The round start Fubuki 5M.
Alright, yeah, the stagger pressure gets put by one of those 2 M's yet again. Violent Golfer in danger. Good on Violent Golfer not bursting there. That is just like burst bait times a million. Just burst on the latter half of the combo where it's a little bit more safer.
Yeah, looking for the lariat. A little whiff right in front of your face. Hub enemy character 1 and 2. Well, I guess it makes sense that they're fighting in a bar, right?
Yeah.
We're building up 2 bars off of the confirmed clean kill for Skylight.
Oh, yep, lariat jab with the reset mid combo for command throw. Skylight piling on the layers.
Scouting out the 2 meter, thinking, okay, surely you're gonna EX DP here, but you know, the patience of Violent Golfer.
Oof, okay. Actually ended up being a neutral burst. Violent Golfer delaying the burst enough to where they will be rewarded with some collab meter, but when can they use it? It's just been the Skylight show.
Oh, EXDP. I thought we were gonna see the dead angle maybe, but instead, spending all the stars, but the Tetramito is enough. Skylight takes game 1.
Yeah, it's just like a wave of options that happen literally from when the announcer says live that Skylight is just pouring onto Violent Golfer. 5M, 2M, Axe, JS, Comet, and Violent Golfer just can't find any of the proper counterplay to dissuade against it.
Right. Once again, 5M, the unmesswithable round start coming out from Fubuki, and now it's fireballs for days. We still run up for the Tetris command grab. Oh, okay, behind the back on the other side with the JH.
Yeah, I was probably just not expecting cross up there. Violent Golfer gonna opt for the burst. I see that Violent Golfer's looking for more fireballs, and I mean, like, so long as you're in the range to do so would be nice, but that doesn't mean if Skylight's out of range, doesn't mean not out of options. JS to gap close with the combo on the side. This should be fatal.
There we go. We saw the acronym on the screen, the SSR, feeling good, but you got to worry about that JS, exactly like you said. Perfect spacing to be able to get the punish confirmed. Pulling up there with the air lariat.
And oh man, yeah, just so much pressure here. Run up 2H here from Violent Golfer, Skylight. Ayo.
The Raging Idol. You know, I was thinking, like, we haven't seen it much from Skylight. Just keeping it in the back pocket here. Looking at set point for it as well. What better time to send it?
Yep, burst bait. This could be the beginning of the end here. Skylight piling on the damage.
Oh, is it going to be enough to build up the second bar? Is a single EX going to be enough? The scaling isn't enough to save you, but the combo drop will be. Call out the Ame time stop, and we run up for the throw. Skylight takes it 2-0 to move on to losers finals.
Victory!
There it is. Yeah, a great force of options that Skylight was able to impose against Violent Golfer there, to where, yeah, I mean, Violent Golfer known for some of the reactive gameplay that we were seeing earlier, right? Where it's just like some of those cancels are showing those tatsus and really kind of showing off the projectile interval capabilities and gap closing. But just in that sequence, not really seemingly able to find the options to counterplay the aggressive force that is Suisse, that is Skylight. So gonna be finishing fourth, but a phenomenal placement and phenomenal run for Violent Golfer nonetheless.
All right, the Fubuki Bros are all done from the bracket, placing at 7th, 5th, and 4th respectively. But now we gotta find out who's fighting for that 3rd and 2nd place. Wazim versus Skylight for losers finals. Mandalore stopping on by with a raid of 46. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the South American side of Idol Showdown. You guys came just in time for our final 2 sets of the evening to close it all out.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all so much. Gonna have to go back and check the VOD to see who was victorious over there at Idol Showdown South America. I will say I saw that there had to be a Ina Mirror in loser side top 8, and that broke my heart. But y'all are awesome, and I appreciate y'all for the support. As we're winding down here on the NA side of things, Wazim versus Skylight for our losers finals. I have them in the lobby. I'm gonna give them the good to go, and we can get this show on the road.
Let's see it. And now it's 1st to 3 the entire way through as we try and close this out. Wazim, of course, going to be pulling up with the Pecora. I don't think we're going to need to see the Fubuki counter pick yet, but it's 1st to 3. We got room to try and fight for it, but Skylight, of course, sticking on strong with the Suisse.
Let's see how this goes down. This is loser finals, not loser semis. There we go.
All good, all good. It's losing finals, and it's also a run back of the winner's side, right? They were fighting for the winner's top 8 qualifier just to try and make it in. So finally, meeting back up here in the losers finals, playing Comet for Comet, TNT for TNT, the bazooka. A little bit too far to try and challenge the Fireball Wars, but JM hits on the crossout.
Oh, beautiful anti on the JS there from Wazim, just fully ready for it with the 2H confirmation we mentioned earlier. That vacuum effect allowing for a stabilized combo no matter where that thing hits. Clutch if you're trying to set up high-low scenarios like this.
Oops. There we go. The TNT is enough. That's round number 1. Wazim trying to keep that same story from the winner's side.
So far, so good here. And you see the power of fighting a character that doesn't have a full screen check on you, right? Wazim able to really let the RPG fly. Doesn't have to worry about no pesky Botan full screen gunshots from dissuading that game plan. No fear.
Yeah, not afraid of the ground pound instead. Or maybe so fearful of the ground pound that we're running away right into Skylight's face. No challenge on the approach. Thought you'd be safe off of the 2-meter call in, and Wazim just looping the TNT in the corner.
Did not find the full knockdown in order to implement the high-low. Gonna be chipping away here. Yeah, Skylight needed those IVs. Came in clutch just to preserve as much health as possible, and we'll be able to find a clutch hit. Could be the beginning of a turnaround here, honestly.
Oops. There we go. Runs right into the TNT. That's game number 1 for Wazim.
Victory!
Wazim picking up from where they left off in this matchup, right? Just RPG really kind of enforcing the mid-range game plan. So Skylight getting annoyed on the ground game, saying like, well, I can use JS, but it just seems like anytime they're committed to doing so, Wazim's ready for that as well.
Wazim ready to win on the round start here. There we go, already bringing you so far over to the corner.
Ooh, good defense here thus far. Able to block that into the overhead. Find the counter, proper pill count as well as Skylight.
There we go. Clean, we have the super chat as well for Clean Oki, threatening the high-low off the charge comment. And keep it going. Build up all the resources that we can. The threat of the Misatsu, that Raging Idol is there as well. Just going for the regular throw. Trying to hold on to some meter for round number 2, I imagine.
Yeah, full pickup here. Finds the knockdown. Comet away. Burst is available. Went for the guard cancel.
Okay, dead angle allows you to escape. One touch off of the chip damage, the jump scare, but a counter assist call coming out from the Muna. No kill off the OTG bazooka just yet. Fighting for this final hit, and 2M from Skylight. round on the board.
Dude, Skylight is the hero burster of all heroes. Literally Avengers level of hero bursting. Right on that magic pixel. Recognized that death was imminent. Was just like, I got one more in me. I was able to find the proper calls immediately after Axe. Carrying that momentum into this second round here. Just a full cycle of offense. Wasm just being overwhelmed.
Okay, run up with the throw. No one ever does it 3 times in a row. Now we strike with the 5M starter.
Wasm going from wall to wall here, which is perfect. Equally perfect offensive scenario that just ran on there from Skylight, matching that energy. Into the corner we go. Finds a full knockdown. TNT Oki, I would imagine. Time to guess. No, neutral burst.
Immediate burst out. All the super chat, or the super chat in the world. Spend the 2 meter on the ground pound. Now to find a clean win either side. The Muna jump scare is not enough.
So many guard cancels coming out from both sides. The collab almost available here from Skylight defensively. They need to hold out for a little bit longer, but just doesn't have the IBs ready. Guys, the chip.
Scary. Yeah, it's scary to try and have that execution in the heat of the moment, but I don't know. Going into round number 3 with such a big meter advantage is really good for Skylight. So much of that implied pressure with Zim playing a lot more patient on the round start because of it.
Yeah, insane that Wasm was ready for the demon. Like, they actually jumped back and was able to avoid it. I don't know how they knew it was coming, but the defense is just so on point here.
Yep. Ooh, run up with the EXTNT. That's the burst out. Says, no. I got Wazim. I know Wazim's got the routes for it. I gotta try and burst out. But now it's one touch, and the JS lands right into the TNT. I love the walk back from Wazim, knowing that any way you try and skip neutral is gonna end up in the TNT regardless.
Yeah, he's just comfy cozy here, man. Like, there's really, honestly, probably relishing in and enjoying this matchup based off what they had to fight in grand finals, right? Where it's just like, man, this Botan character, I can't do my TNT, I can't do my RPG, this sucks. Yep. And now they're over here and they're just like, oh my god, I can do my game plan again. This is awesome. I love this game. Like,
man, this is so rough. I'm having an awful time. Wait, this game is awesome. I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time setting out the bazooka again. This burst to try and escape the corner. But every time you do, you try and run up. And Wazim just so confident to pull up with a wake up 5M.
Yeah, and all the damage in the world. They could probably just go into super and close it out here, if I'm not mistaken. If that's even necessary, actually.
Yeah, we'll see if we need the EX on the Ender. But damn, Wazim so optimized that bazooka brings you over to potential final round without even a spend of the EX required.
Okay, here comes Wazim. Yep, full launcher. Back into the corner we go. This is not where you want to be if you're Skylight. Only bad things happen in this position.
Yeah, we've seen this West Coast corner so many times. Even with 2 meter to your name, we've seen super chat cancels. We've seen the dead angle try and escape out of the corner, but just does not work.
So hard. You got the TNT right in front of you. You feel like you want to block. You feel like it's a high-low, and then Watson just pulls up on you with the throw. Actually able to whip punish Axe. That is a hard tactic to do. Muno coming in clutch to achieve the impossible as Wasm gets the 3 over here with Skylight, headed back into Grand Finals before the run back against Library.
Dude, that is the classic, right? You jump up, you call the assist, you wait for it to cover your landing, but the fact that it also ended up jumping over the lariat, right, which like you mentioned, is otherwise so difficult to try and punish or at least try and contest in neutral. Wazim just had the Suisse number down, but Skylight out at number 3, an amazing run on the Suisse over here at Vortex Gallery, but now we got to fight for number 1. Wazim, like you mentioned, running back after that 3-0 from Library in winners finals. I don't know, maybe the loser's momentum might be enough to try and get something here. The Library has been on an absolute tear, has only dropped a single game in his entire run tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes, man. Like, so the thing is, Wasm has the ideology of how like that Pecker Botan match is going. I don't imagine they're gonna lead with that. I don't know if Pecker's gonna show her face in this grand finals at all, right? They were able to make out the most amount of ground with Fubuki, so I feel like they're gonna continue from where they left off and try to establish more control with the Fubuki in order to overcome that. But I mean, obviously that's not Wasm's main character, right? And also, I mean, Library's having a hell of a night. Like, maybe it has not been stated enough. Like, Library's only dropped a single game throughout this entire tournament, so they are definitely on fire here. It needs to be extinguished if anybody wants to have a chance of winning this bracket. By anybody, I mean Wasm, because they're on a roll, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yes, we have the Bakura as that comfort pick, but Fubuki was working out so much better in that final game. Yes, we only had one game to see it, but I don't know, maybe if Wasm is able to pull up with the Fubuki from round number 1, have that full first to 3 to, you know, again, warm up that muscle memory, really realize like, okay, what is the timing that I need to tatsu through some of these gunshots, these projectiles? How do I want to try and structure this fireball war against Botan? Maybe giving themselves a little bit of time to try and figure that out in Theorycraft before we head on into this final set. But again, it's been an absolute joy bringing you guys this Idol Showdown action, and we got one final set to bring it all home.
Here it is, Library Wasm, for your grand finals of Idol Showdown North America here at Vortex Gallery Online 2024. It's going to be Botan versus Pekora. Pekora's looking for the Triple Crown, baby. She was victorious in JP, victorious in South America. Does she got one more in her? Can she be victorious in North America?
Triple Crown is crazy, but we're running it all the way back through that grand finals. It's a long race, but let's see if we can seal it out. God. Scary off of the sniper, but we still find the 4H.
All right, yeah, man, surprising that Wasm went back in this with the Pekora. And it's just like the full same loadout, right? Pekora Muna. Believing in it.
Yeah, they'd be feeling a little bit more comfortable, especially after that loser's run, but I don't know, man. This is how Library got that 3-0 in the first place. The grenade behind the back, the universal overhead. Scared of the run up to L, I understand, but man, clean round 1 for Library.
Yeah, a layer to some of the Uki from Library's arsenal of options that we hadn't even really seen too much of, right? Universal overhead being capitalized off of with that grenade. So Library just saying, hey, I have plenty of more tricks up the sleeve here if you want to mess around and find out.
Okay, run up for the Muna jump scare. Ah, but pulled up for the throw. Yeah, you skipped the corner for the 2 meters, so that's really not too bad.
Beautiful throw escape, man. Library on point defensively, pushing back within this neutral game where things get scary. If you're Wasm, good IBs.
Ooh, okay, EXTNT, and it's the pickup off the blue as well. Okay, Wazim.
That was amazing stabilization. Yeah, it was kind of awkward on the verticality, right? Just because of how it hit, so they couldn't get the full route that I think they were expecting. Okay, tickle pressure gets it done.
Here we go, 1 round apiece. Already looking better on the Pekora than we saw in that winners finals, but swing out with the 5M, shades of Fubuki round start, and ends up getting caught by J2H air stall run up throw.
Away. I feel like Wasm has kind of sacrificed more of the RPGs or the TNT in neutral and just saying like, you know what? I just gotta get it. And just like being really more conservative on those options, respecting the gun, and just slowly but surely willing their way in. Pin off.
Okay, shot out, caught on the backdash. Still trying to hit off the demon flip.
Wake up Batonis getting massively rewarded here from Wasm. Into the corner we go. Got them loops.
Go. Keeps the Zuka going. Boom, boom, shot. And one more TNT for the road. Tries to bait out the shopping cart, but nothing to be found.
Yeah, gonna be spending the resources here for Chip. A couple of IPs coming out here for Library, but nothing too risky. Gets poked out, actually, on that grenade attempt with the RPG. Beautiful pumping on the break step from Wasm, and then just a run-up throw. That was phenomenal.
Thanks for watching.
Wait a minute, we might be looking at a whole different dude. This is a different Wazim from that winners finals, man. We're moving with purpose. Still, Library holding on strong, but actively looking to try and bait out some of these defensive options that were working out so well the last time these two ran into each other. 1 game up for Wazim.
Yeah, Wasm just within that initial game so keen, right, in terms of like the defensive capabilities the Library could potentially throw out there. They're trying to bait out the shopping cart. It didn't happen, but the fact that they were thinking about it and then pump the brakes perfectly on that Muna, they're ready.
Yeah, Scary just running into the grenade, but end up going for the jump back. Now we're up against the corner with not a lot of health to try and scramble back out on.
Oof, yeah, not gonna have the opportunity to throw out of that one, playa. It is a foolproof Oki setup. Say so on the side of Library.
Pretty even on the meter situation. Going into round 2, sniped out with a gunshot.
First down. Yeah, 2H, yeah, Wasm, you know, not opposed to spinning out the meter to just kind of cover some space in the form of that 2H. 1 bar is plenty.
Oh my god, ended up on the other side. Scary on the IB. Library just barely able to block in time, but we still pull up the red TNT. Just a little bit too far on the 5M.
Yeah, just got it a little bit too antsy with the options there. Muna gonna be interrupting the TNT call. Not gonna stop Wasm here from trying to run free while there's no 2 bars to worry about. Muna can't come out quite yet.
Yeah, Scary, but you're right on the threshold. I know you're looking for the chip damage, but you gotta be scared of the Muna call on both sides. The jump over, preempted from Wazim, so smart. And the Muna call on your side does end up working out. 1 round apiece.
This is good. It puts a lot of responsibility on Library to have to use Muna reactively, right? Wasm not leaving a lot of approaches, being super cognizant of that meter game on the star, where it's just like, yeah, if Muna's not there, I'll throw out a little bit more of these RPGs and TNTs, but once Muna is there, you know, you can hyper look for that if you want to, but I'm gonna move in and take advantage of your patience.
Yeah. Okay, 5M, cancel into the grenade. Clean pickup off the 2H, and we bait the burst 2. That doesn't get a punish, but that's 1 crucial resource down from Wazim.
Ooh, okay, yeah, just mixed up on the Demon Flip. Mix up, there is plenty of resources available here, but speaking of resources, the Muna jump scare there from Wasm, actually.
Yeah, as soon as you beat that threshold, just looking for 1 more back roll. Ooh, but there we go, caught up with the 5M. Caught you on the approach, a little too crazy on that run up throw. Library ties it up 1-1.
Victory.
It's all a matter of just situational awareness here for Wasm. You know, what is too patient? What is too crazy? When do I approach? What is a telegraphed approach, right? It could be so hard kind of navigating those mind games as you are playing a matchup like this. Oh my god, wild air!
Scary on the air.
What?
Brought back down with J2H, and then we just tick through you on the way back down. Says, no, I know you thought you were chilling, but now you're in the corner for it.
Dude, what's so messed up about that is that it ended up being blocked, which put Wasm in an immediate like strike throw guess scenario. But if that was a hit, that's gonna be like that full confirmation with those loops we saw before for who knows how much damage in corner carry.
Yeah, it's rock at a hard place once you start blocking that J2H at that height. Fastball just making it so clean to get a good situation. On the way back down, run up for the 5M. Chip damage, secure scenario. Could be looking for the shopping cart, but instead it's the rollback tack knife.
All right, yeah, we're seeing a little bit more of a peak of those really established, really demanding games that Library was able to implement within the winners finals of this. Shopping cart, not gonna make contact, but no problem. Clean out of that situation.
Jump back on the grenade, tries to set a TNT of your own, but gradually taking some chips at the HP with all these bullets.
Oh man, yeah, fast fall. Not looking for the side swap, gonna be stuck within this corner. There's the burst. Slight life lead with Library, has the Muna available as well. There's the burst from Wasm, doesn't have to worry about that. Don't whiff anything. Even that RPG is a little bit risky, but Library did not have the reaction.
Okay, double TNT, the 2-2H, the jump in is clean. And block coming out from Library, but caught up with a 5M. Tied up 1 apiece on the rounds and on the games.
Oh man, yeah, Library kind of struggling to mentally keep up there. The moment that I saw the burst used from Wasm and I saw the resources available, I was like, all right, if Wasm does any RPG, bro is getting sniped. And I think Library recognized the missed potential there, was trying to desperately reclaim it with that Muna call that did not quite work out. But this time in this round, getting those signature loops into the corner we go.
Ooh, there we go, caught up with the stagger 2H, tried to jump your way back out. Got it from Library, now that's burst down from Wazim. Doesn't need to risk too much to try and get this last hit. Chip damage is a factor too. The demon flip really putting you in this scary situation, and we bait out the reversal.
Man, I can't believe like Library was ready for the super. That's not a very common Pekora option. Oh, what? Okay. A little bit of chaos there, but it was nullified.
All right, scary off of the scramble. We didn't get the punish off of the blocked reversal, but still, being so ahead on the life lead, Library keeping it cool and saying, all right, I don't have to make a big risk for this last hit. And now, Wazim might have to turn it up to 200 to avoid getting sent out in this potential final game. Library, one away from taking it home.
Let's see. I mean, one thing I gotta say within this Pekora Botan matchup, Wazim has been able to take the fight to Library way more than what we saw in Winners Finals, right? He has a competent game plan and it's being shown here. But like Library's defense and just honestly resource management is something to really be studied here, right? They always have the threat of Muna available. They are really utilizing their collab meter in very wise ways. That's making it, you know, really hard for Wazim to get things started. Not to mention just great, you know, Vortex, which is not a life for Wazim to get strike or pressure going accordingly.
First out, 2-2H. Oh, I thought it would detonate on the blue TNT, but it's that fixed duration, right? So no hitbox on the way out until it actually gets that explosion. Oops.
Man, I tell you right there, mentally, Library always thinking two things. It's like, if you run up, I'm gonna poke you. If you RPG, I'm gonna Muna you. Like that, those were the two things they were thinking in that exact moment.
Ooh, okay. Scare on the JH. A little bit too shallow, especially off that walk back from Wazim, but lands here.
Man, could be the beginning of the end here, but Wazim not going out without a fight. The Muno Call, RPG, burst from Library, not really because of damage, because of positioning. Let's reset back to the neutral player, work your way back in.
Send out the air bombs. Clean extension coming out from Library. Oh no, I say that, but then we drop the JL. That wall bounce. Just a little bit too far to try and get the confirm, but still the strike throw is so scary. So much meter available for the Muda jump scare. It's backdash tack knife.
This might be the beginning of the end. Buddy, to take it here in Grand Finals. Library will be your Vortex Gallery Online 2024 North America champion. John Botan getting another one on the board.
Yeah, amazing work to everybody who pulled up this evening. Botan and Library, your champions, pulling up here. We aren't quite able to get the triple crown on the Pekora, but Wazim putting up such a good fight in the run back in that grand finals. I'm so glad we got to see it, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed the action as well.
Indeed. It was a great one here for Vortex Gallery. So happy that this game was able to be ran within this beautiful event that I always love supporting. Vortex Gallery, the homies holding it down for so long. You know, even if you want to go back to the Anime Evo days, I was around for that, but just within the online setting, making this transition to full force of Vortex Gallery, hosting such an insane event. You know, there's over 150 events for like a nearly 2-month time span. That there's just something going on every single weekend for all of these communities and all these different regions, man. It wasn't just NA that we had EU, South America, and Asia pulling up and showing what the Idol Showdown community is all about, and I'm so hyped for it. Thank you to 956 and thank you to the community for just putting on such a phenomenal show.
Hell yeah, big shout out to everybody who you know, let us have such amazing Idol Showdown action tonight, whether it's production, whether it's Vortex Gallery and 956 letting us have this you know, event hosted over with them. Atkins over here has been doing both stream running and commentating on the mic as well. Big shout out to Cheese Chan, you know, doing that TO work in the background as well. So, you know, it couldn't be done without the work of so many people to try and bring you this amazing action. It's been a joy to hang out on the mic, and it's also been a joy seeing you guys claim the rest of those match arena codes. There's still 19 left. Our final shout out just to make sure these players can get all the money that they deserve before we send you on home tonight. But I think that's mostly going to be it for us. Hopefully you guys had a damn good time watching along.
Indeed. Yeah, so that's the end of Idol, because all the regions have ran. I'm trying to see if we can get some more good old Vortex Gallery action going on for you now. In fact, I think we're gonna be this is a topical game that I'll send y'all over to. There's a Rivals of Aether tournament going on right now for South America, so I think that's actually who we're gonna raid. So I will get that going here. But yes, thank you to Cheese Chan, ran a phenomenal bracket. Looked like we were able to get through with no hiccups, and we couldn't have been done without you. Thank you for everything that you've done on the organizational end as well. Jasu, thank you for hopping on the mic and just providing some quality commentary. It was cool hamming it up with you. And thank you all to the community. Keep playing Idol Showdown, and we'll see you all next time, man. It was great.
Yeah, it was really fun.